voices in your head. With every twist and every turn, pulling every single thread. I may have 1,000 names, but in the end they're all the same. I play whatever role you need to guide your way. Welcome to the Matrix, where I am your god. It may be a simulation, but I ain't no fraud. I play your friend and your foe, design your joy and your woe. And if the red dress caught your eye, I'm doing something right. Welcome to my world. Let's see who comes out to play tonight.
Welcome back to Wyrdgard. We are D&D's. Well, no, we're not D&D. We're For the Win. What's going on? Ruby's rubbed off on me apparently here. We'll get into that. So we are For the Win, your favorite weekly Wednesday D&D actual play. I'm your dungeon master, Nick. We're off to a great start. At least I am. So let's meet our players. You have encountered them for the past several years, but only very recently as their characters. So as you introduce yourself, players, tell us if your character were employed in 2025, what would their job be? Let's start with Scott.
Are you doing our scene switching there, Nick, or am I doing that?
I guess so.
All right, you're doing it. You're in control. Hi, I'm Scott. I play Quin. Quin is a Teoran wizard who has aims on being an illusionist. I believe that if he were employed in the modern world, he would probably do something like investigative undercover journalism, something like that, where he's a pretty tricky little guy, using his kind of illusion magic to deceive and all of that. And I think he would probably be focused on like corporate malfeasance and environmental issues, something like that. But fairly serious and studious guy, so I think he'd have a fairly professional career, just with some deception involved.
Love it. I was going to guess like white hat hacker, but I like this too.
That would be a good one. I was going to say like clown for children's parties doing magic tricks, but no.
I like that. All right. Thank you, Scott. Up next, we have Snash.
In 2025, I think she would be a therapist. For one, she doesn't have to talk very much, right? She doesn't have to talk about herself pretty much at all, because she doesn't know about herself, you know. But she gets to ask the invasive questions. Yeah. I think that's where she would sit.
It makes a lot of sense. You know, her curiosity can just come across as being a really insightful, probe.
Did your mother say that to you?
What is a mother? Next up, we have Ruby.
Hi guys, I'm Ruby. I play Nosh, and as we already know, Nosh is the chef, so I would assume that in 2025, Nosh would continue to be the chef, but due to the economy, I'm sure he would probably also be a bartender, meaning he would be making all the mixed drinks, earning all the tips, sharing with people about their lives, just to make sure he could make ends meet. Because yes, I think he could eventually be a Michelin star chef, like the Bear TV show. I think he could make it there, but he's got to probably start from the bottom and work his way up. So yeah,
he's got to earn his stripes.
Exactly.
It's on the way. Thanks, Ruby. And last but not least, we have Matilda.
Catriona in 2025, my first thought was like private security guard, like former military working civilian sector as a security guard for some corporate or like government building.
That's very good. I think Catriona would also be an excellent professional line sitter. Just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yep. I'm not sure where she could find that profession, but she'd go for it.
Seat filler at the Oscars. That could work.
That could
That
work.
works too. All right. I hope that's the right setting. Scott, things have changed
Yeah.
slightly.
You're good.
Okay. Excellent. So let's recap last time in our second session in Wyrdgard. You all were in the plaza in Midhaven after the Bright Spark, the gem that was at the center of this lantern festival that illuminated the village and served a variety of purposes to various individuals symbolically and maybe literally, we don't really know, disappeared. And you investigated, determined that you're not sure how it even was removed from the lantern, and there didn't really seem to be any way to open it, and it was solid glass panes around the space where the light shone through. No hint of magic in the area. You tracked down the site of the explosion, saw that one of Orwyn's wagons in her caravan had been largely destroyed. Thankfully, no injuries to her little critters, since they were safely in wagons 2 and 3. You continue to investigate, largely because of the hefty reward promised from Keeper Callion of 260 old marks. That's the big bucks. And you made your way with Orwyn to the end of watch, where you ran into Gnarled Carl, the forgetful barkeep, as well as his very frazzled and fast-working server, as well as a young would-be journalist, Frigidette Perkins, who you called Fridge. And Nosh, of course, hopped into the kitchen and made some delicious food and desserts. And we went from there to the second inn in the city, the East End at the south end of town. After chatting with the locals, playing a friendly game of Blocksters, which is this world's version of Little Rock Pokemon, which Harlowe won and received her first Blockster as a prize, a little tree boy, you decided to not sleep in the East End and instead to go take some refuge at the end of watch, where you already had a room promised to you, or rooms, plural, promised to you. On the way, though, Harlowe and Catriona decided to follow up on a light that they spied in the distance in the woods. Quin and Nosh, realizing that they had left, thanks to Mosswing scouting, decided going to chase them down, join them. You followed the light to a pool in the woods, and upon drawing close and touching the surface of the pool, the light source revealed itself to be a gargantuan luminous plant. And that is where we are now, with Moss and Ra very much in harm's way, and everyone else at least a bit of a safer distance away. And we are going to begin our combat here with Moss. Moss is not given a command, so I guess Moss would be dodging.
Moss has got to dodge. Yeah.
A, B, D. Always be dodging. Okay. Is Moss moving at all?
Would that invoke an opportunity attack if she's 30 feet in the air?
Oh, she's 30 feet up?
Yes.
Okay, then no.
All right, then she is going to move back to the treetops.
So I guess that would also mean Ra was that high as well, since they were together.
Yeah.
Ra was definitely hovering or hanging onto Moss's back, making sure that they illuminated the area.
Okay.
And that'll be it for Moss.
Then up is you, Quin.
All right. Not much in the way of spell slots at level 2 and after a fight already, so we will do the Venerable Firebolt. So...
Oh, with a 22, you absolutely hit. You get that beautiful 2 points of damage. Roll an insight check for me, Mr. Quin. Or a nature check, either one.
Let's see which one might actually be better. Give me a second. It's going to be insight. Oh.
Fair enough.
Oh, wait, that was moss. Shit.
It's all good.
Okay.
One's a 1.
We back, baby.
What did I learn with my one insightfulness?
Tough to read this situation. Anything else from Quinn?
I think Quinn is going to back up a bit.
Okay.
Is this kind of dark patch near Quinn, is that actually elevation in some way? Like would have provided
Yeah, that is just like a slightly raised mound, yes.
All right, then my 4'9" body will hide behind whatever I can get behind there.
Yeah, if you crouch down, for sure. Okay, then it is the plant's turn. It starts by, you see that light kind of pulse a little bit more rapidly, and hold on. It is going to extrude some tendrils. And you see 2 long tendrils crop up from... Why is this being so annoying? Crop up from the deep, one near you, Catriona, and one near you, Harlowe. Let me know if you can't actually see those.
They there.
Yep.
Okay, they're there. Perfect. And then with its movements, it's not moving at all. It's just going to stay put, anchored in the center of this pond. But this nearest tendril is going to lash out at you, Catriona.
Is it meant to be within melee?
It is long enough to reach you.
Because it's 15 feet away.
Yes.
Okay.
Reaches 30.
Correct. So it lashes out, but you are able to easily sidestep, and it does not wrap you up. That is... Oh, it's bonus action to extrude the tentacles, or the tendrils, so the second one over here is going to do the same to you, Harlowe.
Let's go.
And another 12 is not going to do it, as just as Catriona gets out of the way, so do you, Harlowe. It's your turn. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna do a Sacred Flame. Why does it... Oh, yeah.
Sacred Flame. Okay, and let's do a save. Oh, hot dog.
Ooh, what?
Beef.
Damn. Beautiful.
Hold on. I was adding too much to that. I don't know. It was actually a 21, but still well above the threshold there.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
That's all she's got. Okay, then Nosh, it is your turn. You see Quinn run away and disappear behind a mound of earth. Ra has flown away on Mosswing's back, and your companions are being attacked by these tendrils. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to consume be quiet over there. Okay.
Say nothing.
Liar. I'm gonna go ahead and consume a bullseye soup, which does last a minute now.
Okay.
And that is a bonus action. So I'm gonna quickly make sure I target myself. Okay, perfect.
I have to yell at my cat.
That's fair. I mean, Andrew is classified as my cat right now, so I'm okay with that.
She wants to eat our gecko.
I move kind of 30 feet over this way, closer to Mosswing and Ra. And then I am going to ladle at the main body of the plant. And I believe that will work.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
You-
Ladle.
Stow your pan and draw your ladle.
Quick switcheroo. Ladle, launch. Did that fire? It
So-
fired!
Yeah.
In the marinara.
Ladle, marinara. There you go.
With 14, Nosh, that's going to hit
Yes,
for-
we hit.
a good 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Woohoo!
Sweet.
And that is going to end my Nosh turn for now.
All right.
And just to let the party know, the more stoned I get, the more sarcastic I be.
Oh boy.
Side commentary from Rue, who will occasionally appear stream. I hope you enjoy.
All right. So that means it's Ra's turn. Ra also not issued a command.
So Ra is technically still just perched up on Mosswing. So I think as
Mhm.
far as Ra knows, he's going to stay up there until Mosswing can like land for him to get down in a sense. So unless Mosswing has truly landed on the plant from the 30 feet up that they are, he's going to just hang out up there illuminating where Mosswing is because he was in illumination earlier.
He still is. Got that
And dodge.
torch burning bright on him.
Yay!
All
Hallelujah.
right, then, Catriona, it is your turn at the bottom of the order.
All right. So how deep is this water in front of me?
In front of you, directly, it's very shallow, just a couple of inches. But you can see, like, when you saw the light glowing, it looked like it was several feet down in the center of this pond.
So if I like here would be walkable.
It is walkable. It's going to be count as difficult terrain for you,
Mhm.
being an Effigian.
No, don't sing.
It's okay. I don't need to breathe. So
Fair enough.
I can just slowly get back out. Okay. Can I? I guess we'll try that. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at this guy. for now.
Heck yeah.
No, I'm probably not.
Okay. Were you swinging at the tendril in front of you? Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is a relatively, like writhing, snaky thing. It looks like it would be pretty easy to lop it off, but swinging your great club, it just kind of, bends around it and is unaffected.
Oh, that's exciting. All right.
Yeah.
Just gonna stay there.
Okay. Then it is back to the top of the order. It's Moss.
Moss is dodging.
Moss is continuing to dodge. Feel free. Go ahead.
Staying
You
right
can,
there.
from Moss's sheet, if you roll dodge, it should apply that effect.
I did. Did it not show up?
Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Then it is Quinn.
Okay, so Quinn is actually going to change targets now, and we're going to try
Okay.
to help out Catriona. So we're going to firebolt.
Oh, yeah. That'll hit. And as you hit this tendril, there's just this burst of steam that comes rushing out as it burns right through.
All right, and then I'm going to
Falls limp.
duck back down behind the mound here.
Ducks behind the mound. Okay. You are very much safe from this thing's reach, and don't even really need to duck, but he's ducking anyway. Up next is the plants. It is going to use its tendril to attempt to lash at you, Harlowe.
Hell yeah.
Hell no, not even close. With a
Not
9 on the
even
attack, it
close.
misses. The plants begins to move toward you, Catriona. It doesn't get that far. It has a very short movement speed, and it ends there. Harlow, it is your turn.
Pa-pow.
Yeah?
Please. Please
Pow,
fail.
pow, pow.
Take some damage. Please.
Okay. Let's see. Dex save.
No.
Oh, man.
I hate being low. That's only 1 point.
I'm not rolling my garbage, and that's just too bad. so sorry, Harlow.
Oh, do I move? I hate being low level. This sucks so much, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rotate around. What even is speed? I guess I'll find out. Yeah, that's it. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Then it is up to Nosh. Nosh. Empowered by your soup, what are you doing?
I figured you.
I'm totally ladling right at this giant plant monster
Okay.
thingy.
Get some Raymax or something.
That one probably
That makes
misses.
0 sense.
Did it miss?
I heard it.
Yeah, it did make
With
zero.
a 10, yes. Oh, gosh, when you're rolling that 3, that's just not gonna cut it.
I know, gosh, I'm just a little off. I guess I'm gonna use just a little bit of my movement to kind of make my way like right in front of like where Mosswing, under the tree obviously, but right in front of like where Mosswing and Raw are, still keeping the plant in sight, and just hold there with another ladle ready to go
Okay.
at the plant for now. And I'll probably yell up to Raw, just hang tight, meaning for him to hang tight with Mosswing. So he'll just dodge up there.
Okay. Are we gonna eat this thing?
I mean, if we can kill it, yeah, we're gonna freaking carve it out and eat it, but gotta kill it first, Raw. Kill it first.
Sweet. Catriona, it's back to you.
All right, would like to throw a javelin at this plant.
Javelin. That'll do it.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay, good.
Oop, I applied that to the wrong person. Yep. 9 points of piercing damage.
Yes, I believe that's all I can do. So
All right, cat staying
I will
put.
stay there.
All right. It's back to the top of the order with Moss.
Moss is dodging and enjoying the view.
Dodging indeed, Quinn. It is back to you. What do you got?
All right, so Quinn is going to go after the other small tendril. See if we can take
Okay.
that one as well.
And just as before, when you hit with your bolt of fire, you see it rip through, and there's that burst of steam as it falls limp into the pond, rippling as it slaps.
And that'll end Quinn's turn.
All right, back to the plant. It is going to extrude some tentacles. Or tendrils, not tentacles. I don't know why I keep saying that. Both appear right here next to Catriona. And that is the bonus action. They are both going to lash out. Oh, I guess, yeah, both are coming for you. And while the first misses, the second hits, sticks on you and around you like barbed Velcro. That is the plant's turn. Harlow, it's you.
God, do I still... It can't fail every time, right?
It can't every time. Unless it does.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my crossbow.
All right. Oh, yeah, and with a 17 to hit, that's 5 points of piercing damage.
Pew pew. Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving around. I'm gonna stop right here. Oh, don't you feel so safe around me? That'll be my turn.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you
Gosh.
don't run off again to chase after a giant light in the forest, I'll feel 100% safe with you, Harlow. Always.
Nosh, it's back to you.
Okay, we're just gonna from a distance, just splat in your face. Did I miss?
Splat in Your face hits the plant again for 4 points of damage. And it is, it's not a ton of damage, but you know what? Every bit counts.
I'm not high on damage, but gonna smack it every now and then. It'll be fine.
Good thing you ate that soup, because you're
I know.
not rolling so hot there, Nosh.
The soup is the key.
Soup is the key. Okay, anything else from you?
Nope, just making sure Ra dodges, and that'll be all for me and Ra. On my turn.
Okay, then it is back to you, Catriona. You are currently grappled by this tendril. What you doing?
Can I grapple it back?
Can you grapple it back? That's a great question. Let me read what the new grappled condition says. Let's see. A creature can grapple another creature.
She's not restrained. Yeah.
You're not,
Am I restrained?
Restrained is one step past grappled.
But
so in the text of the tendril, until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. But being restrained doesn't prevent you from making attacks. Your speed is 0. Your attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. So, there's nothing that prevents you from trying to grapple it back.
All right.
It's a hug.
I would like to try to do that.
Okay. So the rules for grappling are different now, in that if you were trying to make a grapple, it is not making an attack anymore. The creature is instead makes a saving throw to avoid that grapple, because this is just an unarmed strike. So, or that's to escape a grapple, right?
Is it not contested strength? That's what Roll20 is telling me.
Hold on one sec. I'm just double checking here. So, let me take a look at the unarmed strike. Yep, so you can use your unarmed strike to try to grapple. The target must succeed on a strength or dex saving throw with the 2024 rules, or it has the grappled condition. So, it has disadvantage on this save against you because of your feature. So, it's going to definitely do a strength save.
Do I still unarmed strike?
You don't actually have to roll the unarmed strike. It is grappled. You are grappling each other.
Okay. Catriona just plants her feet very firmly and stays there.
Okay, so what I'm going to rule that is that the tendril itself is kind of immobilized, and it's not going to be able to not going to be able to drag you in.
Perfect.
Sweet. All right. So that was your action. Any bonus action?
I don't think so, because I don't think I can do anything as a bonus action right now.
All right, then it is back to Moss.
Dodge.
Moss is dodging. Quinn, if I had to be a betting man, I bet I could guess.
Can you, though? All right, I'm going to go after the large. Yeah, exactly. We're going to firebolt the large guy. Let's see.
Okay. 15 hits for a good chunk of damage, and you notice as you hit that the firebolt crackles, that light pulses again. The plant kind of shudders, and suddenly from this open mouth, it sprays a mist of something. As it is bloodied, you have triggered its effect here. So, Catriona, you are in range of this. You're going to make that Constitution save.
I have advantage because I'm resistant poison condition.
There we go.
So,
I wasn't trying to make that for you. So go ahead and make that save.
advantage. Why did you not? Okay, whatever.
Okay.
17.
So with a 17, you succeed. You are not poisoned. You take only half damage, so you take 4 points of poison damage. Huzzah. But a flesh wound. Anything else, Quinn?
Nope, I'll be ducking behind the dirt again.
Okay, then it is the plant's turn. The plant is going to move a bit closer. It is still not able to get to you quite, Catriona. It can't drag you in. This tendril is going to whip around and kind of makes its way on the other side of it and is going to lash out at Harlowe. She's tough to hit, but it can be done. And Harlowe is now grappled and restrained. That is the plant's turn. Harlowe, it's you. What are you doing?
Oh. Slice a slice?
Okay, so that's attack is going to be made at disadvantage since
I
you
need
are.
to roll it.
I can retroactively make it disadvantage. Okay, 15 hits for enough points of damage to sever it. It falls limp and dead back into the water.
Easy. I'm gonna keep going. Track my movements correctly. All right, that'll be my turn.
All right, Nosh, it is you.
Well, Harlow left me to remember myself, but that's fine. I'm far enough away, it's not probably gonna attract me, so just gonna try and see if I can do a little bit of damage.
A 13 hits for another 3 points of damage.
Shush over there. Shush.
What?
And then Ra will just dodge, and I'll just move just a hair back, kind of towards where the others have started to group up, since Harlow's moved over there.
All right, then it is back to Catriona.
All right, can I use my action to break its grapple on me?
Yeah. And so that is going to be to try to escape. You're going to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice. And the number you have to beat is 12.
I would like to roll a strength save.
Okay. And 14 does it. You are able to get the tendril away from you, but you still have a firm grasp underneath your arm. What are you doing?
All right, I'm turning around and dragging it out of the pond.
Okay, I love it. So, are you trying to take the tendril or the whole thing with you?
Well, whatever's attached to the tendril.
All right, however you do on, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay.
to
I
see
count
how this
as
goes.
a large creature for carrying and dragging.
Yep. So go ahead and make it with advantage.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to stay there first, and then I'll do this. Athletics, right?
Yep.
Okay, advantage. Maybe it'll work. Athletics. It didn't roll with advantage. That's fine.
It's okay. We can make it advantage retroactively.
Hey!
Oh, shit. And it's the nat 20. Okay, go ahead and move yourself.
Come on, pond boy. I drag it 30 feet with me.
And you take not only the tendril, but as you take the tendril about 10 feet, you start dragging the creature out of the water. It is now fully on land.
Perfect.
You see it has a tangle of root-like tendrils that are just snaking about, trying to find purchase somewhere, retreating back toward the water, but it doesn't have the time to do that quite yet. It is Moss's turn. What's Moss doing?
Moss is dodging, but I'm yelling. Quinn is yelling, "Hey, don't bring that thing over here!"
All right,
Get out of
free
the
action
way.
yell.
All right, so Quinn is, squishy as he is, going to back up even further. And another firebolt. Oops.
Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. Not gonna do it, but it's gonna hit. Sorry, I got a bit zealous there. Yeah, for as your firebolt hits, you see more of that just steam hissing out as you rip off more chunks of this plant.
And that ends my turn.
All right, it is the plant's turn. It is dragged basically up next to Harlowe, and it is going to do the only thing that it can at this point. It is going to attempt to bite Harlowe since it's actually finally within range of something.
Sorry, Harlowe.
It's okay.
And that is a 16, which means it's not going to do it. Harlowe, you are safe, and it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm descending on this thing. I'm gonna just do like a flying leap, slam straight through into it. Hopefully, not miss.
Not only do you not miss, you do a sizable chunk of damage. And Harlowe, as you slice through, what does it look like when you kill this?
Oh shit! I'm just gonna cut the whole fucking head off. Just straight, just. She pulled it out of the water. I come in behind her and just.
You lop it off. Its silent mouth makes no death cry, no squeal. It just falls limp. There's a thud as the body follows. The tendrils kind of twitch and then retract like a spider's legs upon being squished. And the plant is no more, and the light dies.
Catriona just kind of drops the tentacle she was holding, looks over at Harlowe. Good job. Thank you. Figured you wouldn't want to get in the water. So.
I don't think I would have minded, but this was
Do you
much
know how
easier.
to swim?
Maybe. Probably.
The thought definitely crosses Catriona's mind of just like pushing her in.
Can
I
I
don't.
can I harvest this thing, please?
Oh, I'm
You
not-
absolutely can attempt to. So,
Yes.
Scott found a lovely guide that I have misplaced on doing this exact thing.
Don't look at me.
I know. Hold on. I gotta find it. Because I don't remember what it is. What I want you to roll.
I'll see if I can dig it up.
Hold.
Here we go. I found it.
Guidance.
You
I
see
can't find it
Nosh
for
over
myself.
here getting out his chef's knives, trying to, approaching this plant. You guide. For your harvesting, you are going to. What's the skill check here? Okay, so you're going to roll a survival check here, and the score that you get is going to determine what, if anything, you are able to harvest. And 8, go ahead and roll a d4 to add to that. Okay, with a 9. Nosh, you're not quite sure how to go about attempting to butcher this thing.
Okay.
You start. I guess where do you begin?
Well, she got its head off. So.
You want to go with the head. Get the tongue.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start at the top and try and work my way down to see what's actually manageable and what looks similar to either beast or plant that I would carve out and cut for cooking. Many creatures have similar, internal organs or ingredients that you can harvest from them. So I'm kind of trying to find the similarities that I already know
Can
based on
I
my experience.
can I help with knowing a little bit about plants?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to add to this as well, go ahead and roll a nature check and see. We'll add that to the score.
Is it still glowing?
Sorry.
Wow.
Roll it as you, not as Moss. No, the
Oh,
glowing
shit.
is gone, as it died.
I am
Okay, so
forever
it's
forgetting.
just Moss's dice that are cursed. It's not.
I think it's Scott just
Okay.
going over campaigns is cursed.
Okay, so for your harvest here, you are able to at the head here. You're able to extract, and this takes some time, but with Quin's guidance, you're able to extract the tongue of this plant, as well as a series of 6 teeth. Maybe teeth is the wrong term. They're kind of fibrous and pointed, but they seem more like thorns than teeth proper. But you're able to get 6 of those, as well as the tongue. And if you want to try for anything else specifically, let me know.
Okay, so I was thinking similar to like the base of an artichoke. I'm gonna look at the base of the plant and see if there's any additional material that can be harvested from like its lower vines. And I mean, Harlowe, I'm assuming chopped it off. I don't know, like what, right here maybe.
Oh, I was thinking the tip of the.
telling Brenda on you.
They can hear you. You
And I
creeper.
don't give a shit.
Oh my gosh.
So go ahead and make
Work
one
better
more
for me, really.
survival check. You'll have
Okay.
you still have guidance.
Yay, I still have guidance. Perfect. I am still a -1. Even better.
Do I get that up again?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can, you can
please.
add your nature check.
Add your plant knowledge, Quinn. Don't add your plant knowledge, Quinn. Don't. I don't want it. I don't want
I'm
it.
not telling you anything.
As
Thank you.
as you start to cut into the equivalent of the abdomen of this thing, like the base of it, where this glow is coming from, you see this like beautiful fleshy sack with red sort of a liquid swirl that would have swirled inside, that is semi-translucent, this membrane around it, and as you go to cut it out, being unfamiliar with it, your knife slips, you puncture the sack, and all of that comes spilling out. You have spoiled this membrane, this glow sack.
Is this normal? I look at Kat. Like with what Quinn and Nosh are doing.
Oh. I mean, it was fairly common to take like a token of a battle, so maybe. I don't, and I kind of turn to Quinn. Are these supposed to be here? And I point at this dead
What
cat.
is it?
What is the creature that we just fought?
Yeah.
It's one of the many dangers of being in the wild. The unfortunate reality is not all of my plant kin are as friendly as I am.
But what is it?
I think in your vernacular you would call it a Venus flytrap.
You just called it a glow plant, Quinn. Let me be honest, man. Just a glow plant.
That
It
works
should
too.
be pretty tasty. I think that
What were all the-
teeth will be the nice crunch to.
Do you
next
have
dish
those
I make.
too?
I don't personally, but it was
Oh.
just an extension of the same creature. It was an appendage.
Well, I guess this isn't where the bright spark was, so back to
Apparently
town.
not. Wasn't there, if I am not mistaken, and Nick, this is a little meta, but wasn't there a hand coming out of the ground on the far side of the pond?
There sure was, out of like right around this space.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
still?
It is. You can still see it protruding from the surface.
Nosh, do
Can
you
I-
think you could send a little light over there for us?
Yeah.
Just start walking
If
that way.
Mosswing and Ra kind of want to hover over us as we
Yeah.
traverse over in that general direction, that'll totally help us.
It's clearly not helping.
Uh-huh. Yeah, thanks. Oh my gosh, hiccups suck. Not gonna lie.
So
I've
what,
been
what are we
doing
able
that.
to what are we able to discern in the water there? Nick?
As the water is rather shallow, you from here you see a half sunk into like this loose, muddy sand at the bottom of this pool is an effigy unmoving, their hand sticking out.
Oh, I'm absolutely getting in the water and grabbing it.
Okay. As you free this motionless effigy from the mud and water, you all recognize the face. This is Captain Tennille.
Hmm.
And Catriona, by your reckoning, very much dead.
How do you tell when an Ephigean is dead, by the way?
How do you tell when a tree is?
Well,
I'm pulling him out of the water as this is being asked.
I think we breathe, and so you would see the movement stop. So how do we
I
know
don't
he's just
need
not
to,
sleeping?
but I do breathe. No, it's. I'm not sure really how to explain it, but it is quite obvious to me.
I trust you.
Can you tell how they?
I don't know. Can I look at the body?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
This is going to go very well.
Do you need help? Would you like some help?
I'm actually not terrible at it. I rolled like shit.
Oh,
Now, Catriona, the majority of fallen Ephigeans that you have seen fell in the war and were shattered. He looks relatively whole. Like you're not seeing something blasted away. So you're not quite sure what happened.
Well, it's most unusual. I don't think he's even been damaged.
I'm going to start rummaging through his pockets.
Quinn, you see that he does have a bag on his hip, and inside you find a few things of note. There is a small sack of gold. Inside are 10 old marks. You see a scroll case. You see a very thin gossamer-like glove, and you see one of a small rectangle of glass with what looks like red liquid inside.
All right, I'm going to. I'll take each of the items and I'll stash them in a pouch. And hey, we can figure out where these can all go later.
Do we see him pull these items out? Like, would it be?
Do you pull them out, Quinn, or do you look into the bag with?
I definitely pull them out. So I'm kind of rifling through.
So then, yes, you would absolutely all see this.
Would you be careful with that last one there?
that
Yeah, do you know what it is?
it blows people up.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to slowly hand
It
that
makes
one over.
people. It makes
Catriona.
people turn to ash.
This is what destroyed the caravan.
Ah, okay. All right, so
Why
I'm
did you
definitely
have
handing that
this?
over to Catriona.
Catriona, I will add that to your inventory.
Why would Captain Tennille have one? It's like a complete one, right? It's like it's not
Yeah.
in pieces.
Unused.
This is an unused fire tab.
Got a Molotov. Um,
And you said there was a delicate glove, a scroll
Yeah, like
case,
and a scroll case, and then that little sack of gold.
and I'm gonna open the scroll case and see if I can discern if there's anything in it. What it
You
actually is.
open the scroll case. You see that there is indeed a spell scroll. It would take a moment to determine what spell that is, but there's also tucked around it is a second piece of parchment that is very much not a scroll, but a note.
All right, I'm gonna investigate and take a look at the note.
The note is the parchment looks yellowed and old. It's held up really well. The seal of the scroll case did not get water damaged, but the parchment looks as if there's some sort of residue or film on the edges. It's kind of like a brownish blackish grime looks like to it. And the note says, do you want me to, are you reading it out loud, or do you want me to just send it to you personally?
I can read it out loud.
Okay, so here is the note. And I forgot that it is signed as such. So for the stream, it says, to Neil, for reasons I cannot explain, I must ask you to do the unthinkable, but I assure you it is for the good of all. You must retrieve the Brightspark and deliver it to the old fort for safekeeping. It is no longer safe in the shrine and poses great danger to all of Midhaven. As a token of my sincerity, please accept this relic of my forebears, which, as you know, is the sacred charge of my line. You must use it without being seen. You must not tell a soul, not even Callion. We can trust no one. Be swift and sure. Isaac.
Is that a name we've come across before?
Yep.
It is indeed.
Is it
The missing guy.
the missing
it's the
blacksmith,
blacksmith.
who has the only access to the locking mechanism of the bright spark in the lantern statue in the center of Midtown?
All right.
He has been missing before this. Do you see a date, Quinn, upon the parchment, or any indication of a time frame within that the captain received that parchment from him? Because I'm wondering if it actually is him, as he was missing before this festival even took place.
Yeah, I don't see any date on the note itself.
No.
is that a relic? Like in with the scroll?
Is the scroll just had, it was a spell scroll and the parchment wrapped around it. But are you asking, is the spell scroll a relic?
Well, yes, I guess.
Oh.
If there's nothing else in there.
Yeah, there was nothing else, right? It was just those two items? Yeah. As far as I know, this is just an ordinary spell scroll. Have I looked at it long enough to determine what spell is actually associated?
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
That's what I'm supposed to be good at. Let's see.
That one. There we go.
Hey!
Quinn,
When it counts.
every scribe, formats things a little bit differently. It's not just labeled up at the top, the title of the spell, but you recognize the sigils and the incantation very much so as a spell scroll of invisibility.
Very good.
So I will add that to your inventory. Why don't we call it an inventory? That sounds so much cooler. Sounds like a place.
And the glove itself, does the glove look at all special, or is there anything?
I mean, you
Out of the ordinary.
hold in your hands. It's like just ultra light. It's translucent and soft as velvet. As you unfurl it, it's a relatively large glove for like a relatively large hand, but it also looks like it would go up to like about the elbow of an individual. It is a left hand glove.
Is it normal to take things off dead people?
Kind of, yes.
It's a little bit sad, don't you think?
Oh yes, it's 100% sad, but the fact of the matter is he was most likely murdered. And so when you're investigating somebody's death in such a situation where one has most likely been killed with an intention to do harm to others, and in this situation this person lost their life, investigating their package or items is important to try and identify if you can discover whom might have killed them. Any facts or knowledge they might have is helpful.
So he was supposed to take the bright spark. You don't think it's like in the water, do you?
Don't you think we would see it? Because it does glow, right?
I mean, I did carve the dang plant up. You would think
Well,
by
maybe
cutting
it's
out
like
its tongue, it would have barfed it up if it was there inside of its abdomen. But true, it could still be in the water.
Do you want to do a search?
maybe it's like it doesn't glow outside of its little house or something.
Ah, okay. You want to
Like
take
if
a
he
walk
had
through?
it and he ended up in there, maybe it's in there.
It's worth a check. How are you
so
at swimming?
I am not.
How are you at marching at the bottom of a pond?
Why don't you?
I can do that.
Well, I mean, the plant was in the pond, so why doesn't the plant boy go in the pond?
Did you
Meaning
just
me?
call Quinn the plant boy? Oh my gosh, I think we're gonna get along great. That is the perfect name, plant boy. Yeah, plant boy,
His
go
name is
ahead.
Stinky.
I mean, yes,
I
his name
swell
is
when I
Stinky
get
Rob,
wet.
but exactly, you'll float right
Well,
back
then
up.
maybe you'll gain a
go
little
for it.
height.
Yeah, you could get taller, man. I mean, I know
Can
you're
I-
taller than me, but still.
So
Can I go out
cast
to
minor
where-
illusion of two floaties on my arms.
Can I go out to where Captain Tennille's body was and
Absolutely.
start
I'm
combing
gonna
around?
slap her before she walks away.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry, what? And what?
She's guiding me, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Good job. Good job.
A
Or
tap
she's
on the
just
shoulder.
abusive.
Tap on the shoulder.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
What skill are you guiding?
Does it have to? Is it like a core skill, or do I have to pick out one individual?
It's one individual skill.
Let's go with investigation.
All right, I'm like crouching in this water, combing the.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation check then.
Okay.
Can I, alongside her, have gone ahead and stepped into the water and investigate as well? Just a little bit further out, doggy
Yeah.
paddling, obviously.
I'm going to use mold earth to just sort of pull the top layers of dirt out and put them on the bank.
I thought you were gonna say on top of her.
Yeah.
Ruby, go
I'm just gonna
ahead
bury
and
her
make
now.
your check for Nosh as you're investigating here.
I was also going to say, like, just making sure that, like, Ra and Mosswing are kind of, like, following and hovering over the center of the lake as
Yep.
I try and investigate around in a quick little swim around, having left my pan and ladle and everything.
Okay.
Sure.
So while Catriona and Nosh are, paddling out or wading in the shallow end and sifting through muck, Quinn very efficiently just moving 5-foot cubes of mud away, and after 10 minutes of pretty thorough searching, you are confident that the gem is not here.
Lovely.
Right, well, that was a bit of a waste. Catriona's like scraping mud off of her.
Nosh is gone over to the side and is just fur puffing up slightly as
Ew.
he shakes out all the water.
I'll just, I'm going to mold earth all the dirt off of Catriona.
And then I'm
Nice
going
trick.
to
Thanks.
prestidigitation and clean myself.
I was gonna say something smells like wet dog over here.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't smell like anything. You didn't smell anything. You didn't smell anything. I am clean and fresh as a daisy.
Do I smell anything?
No, you don't smell anything.
Not after that prestidigitation.
No, you don't smell anything. Anything. I am great.
They're probably gonna want to see him, right? And I point at Captain Tennille's body.
it would be best to bring the body with us to confirm that we found it.
Would
as
that-
is.
They're gonna think
That could tip
That's-
off some
would that-
accomplices, though.
I mean, if you'd like, we can send one of us to run to
But,
the
like-
town to identify and let them know that the body was found here, but we need to
Would-
make sure that the body gets brought back to town.
Would that make us look bad?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a
think
giant dead plant
we are-
behind us on the left side of the image, so I'm pretty sure the giant dead plant might speak for itself, but I could
We
be
are
wrong.
new here.
I think it
We
only hurts
only
us
knew.
to make this known. I would say when the time is right, we send people to find him. In fact, we could bury him pretty easily for now
Do-
and come back later.
What if we
Dude.
just put him back, or would that?
Well, do we
be-
want somebody else to find him?
Dude, what is the effigy ceremony for your dead? I've not actually heard anything about that. Do you have rites or things that are appropriate, Catriona, that you
yes, I
would feel
wouldn't
most
really.
personal?
I wouldn't really want to just put him back.
Yeah.
That seems wrong. I suppose we could bury him until we figure this out, and then we can come back and get him, right?
All right, I
If
use
maybe.
mold earth to open up a 5x10 hole so that we can lay him inside of that hole, 5 feet deep. So it's really 2 castings to get
Yeah.
5x10. He's real heavy, and I'm not the guy to move him.
Oh, Catriona just scoops him up and puts him down in the hole.
Where are you positioning this?
I would
in relation
recommend
to
in
the
front
pond?
of a tree, like
Yeah,
Like,
this is
tree
At
where
over
with
to
least
the right.
15 feet away from the bank, so
Yeah.
that it doesn't like,
Okay.
go into the wall.
How about by this rock over here?
Make
Perfect.
sure we draw a mark on that rock, Quinn, or make a
Yeah.
note that that's where it is for future reference for us. Not that I'm thinking, oh, yeah, anybody's gonna come and dig a body up out here, but still, just so we know. Do we want to throw the plant remains back into the pond too? Do you think that's appropriate? I think that's probably appropriate.
I would like to do whatever the effigy and equivalent of, like, surely there's some sort of battlefield burial, like quick and dirty last rites sort of thing. I would like to do that for Captain Tennille at this rock.
Okay. Do you have anything specific in mind?
Not really.
That's fine.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Is this? Do you imagine? Is this something that's like quiet and like introspective? Is it like loud and demonstrative?
I would say it's sort of like a quiet, quick, like
Rock
sentence
on.
or two.
Very, very appropriate. And I imagine that a lot of these sorts of things might even, especially since the majority of people who would be there would have been Effigians normally, would be communicated through Stone Tongue, which wouldn't even be audible to the to the others.
And there's just like a very light imprint in the stone above the grave or something.
Very befitting.
I fill the soil back in the grave, and you could barely tell that it's there. Do we want to move the this plant creature back into the water?
Oh, sure. I mean,
either that or just set it on fire, Quinn, if you can, just to make sure it doesn't repopulate and spawn again, in a sense that it doesn't grow through this lake again. If you could just, Ra, I'm sure will be happy to help you in just devouring the crap out of whatever's
I
left.
think I would prefer to put it back in the water so that it can be reclaimed.
Are you sure that's the best way to do it, though? If it becomes what it was that we fought? I mean, man,
I think it's pretty clear this is dead.
Hmm.
Quinn, can you roll a wisdom save for me, please?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Wisdom. Not a good stat for me. Haha. Oh, damn it, it was moss.
Try
Shit.
again.
Shit.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah, okay.
Can I? I
I
would
love
like to
it.
help.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Move the body of the plant into the water.
Sorry, you were asking for help?
No, I would like to help move it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be the best guy to do this, but I can kick some tendrils as you're dragging it in.
Catriona just sort of starts rolling it into the water.
Rolling in the water.
All right.
Okay.
Can I suggest that we go and get some rest?
It is rather late.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Well, Nosh and I know a pretty good looking inn for us to check out.
I really would like to just not sleep there tonight, if that's all right with you.
You want to go somewhere else?
Catriona would rather sleep at the East End than at the one that's the old barracks.
Okay. It doesn't much matter to me. I just know that I need some rest.
Is there a reason why?
I'm not fond of barracks, really.
That's fair. All right. So we're going to head toward the East End. That's not
Okay.
actually in the east.
That's in the south.
South.
It is the first thing that you would encounter as you make your way with less urgency back to Midhaven. And you are able to, it's very much as you left it, just maybe 30 minutes or an hour or so ago. And you see that there are still a couple of people there that are drinking. The game has died, but you see that hanging from the rafters are like hammocks set up, and there are some people that are already crashing. And you're able to settle in for some well-deserved rest.
About what time of the day is it?
By this point, it's like 2-3 in the morning.
Okay.
You had a late night.
All right. Rest it is.
I'll just sort of
Okay.
go post up against a wall somewhere.
Go charge.
How
All
is
right.
town?
Then this would be a good place for us to take a break, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. I know we sure did. You are posted up here in the East End. It's a very casual, come and go, laissez-faire sort of place. Pay what you want, serve yourself, as you remember from our last session. You settle into your respective resting locations. Quinn, after just a handful of hours after 4, you are feeling rejuvenated, ready to go, such as your Taor and Boone. You've got some time on your hands here while the others continue to rest. What do you do?
I'm going to go ahead and leave the inn and see if I can find myself some activity in the center of town.
Okay. It's early still. It's only, 7 in the morning or so. But being that this is, the tail end of the festival, there's still a lot of travelers in town. You see that there really doesn't seem to be any lasting effect of the missing gem. People are still selling their wares. You have people that are engaging in some early morning cooking. The smell of eggs and spices are strong from over at Zava's, and it is much as you remember it's the previous night, with perhaps just a bit less of the jubilation of the celebrating. What is it that you're looking for, or where would you like to go?
I'm going to ask Moss if she's up for a little coin fishing.
Pockets feeling light. Coin fishing is right.
All right, so we're going to look for a spot where there seems to be a little bit of traffic, where we can set up with a fairly easy path of escape. And then when nobody's looking, I'm going to cast an illusion of a barrel that appears to be kind of oozing some tar. And then I'm going to be inside the illusion.
Inside this oozing barrel of tar. Not so oozing that it looks, that's going to draw attention, but certainly going to encourage people to steer a little bit clear. Is that the
you
the
just
idea?
wouldn't want to touch it. So
yeah, exactly, right?
Right.
Okay. You are within your barrel. You see what's the next step?
So I've asked Moss to kind of scout around and see if there looks to be a fairly good mark that we could drive toward the barrel, and then see if we can pilfer some coins.
Roll a perception check for Moss.
For Moss, okay.
Okay. So with a 14, it takes Moss a little while. She's circling about. She's not rushing things. You've made mistakes in the past of trying to, just go for the first thing that looks like it might be worthwhile. But eventually, she communicates telepathically to you that there is an individual that is has their back turned to this space, but kind of keeps moving back and forth a little bit. They're wearing a finely tailored long coat. It's like this deep burgundy velvet. The lapels, when they turn enough as they're talking to those around them, you see are embroidered with golden thread. They clearly seem to be a person of means. And best of all, there is a small purse at their left hip that is just there for the taking.
All right. Well, Moss knows what to do, which is to try to drive that person toward the barrel by a dramatic swooping in and coughing up of fur balls.
And just as you've practiced and done dozens of times, right on cue, swoops down, like perches right in front of this gentleman and starts hacking. And this just vile green, twiggy ball of fur comes sprawling out, and this individual instinctively backs up away from Moss within striking distance of the barrel.
All right. I will reach out through the illusion and attempt to swipe his coin purse.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check with advantage, because you certainly got help from Moss. Okay, and you are able to... Are you taking the whole coin purse, or are you trying to reach into it?
Taking the whole purse, so we're cutting it off of the belt.
With ease, there's no resistance. It's yours.
All right. And so Moss now tries to steer that person away from the barrel.
Moss looks up apologetically with big puss in boot eyes and kind of tucks her paws and starts rolling on the ground. And as the merchant reaches down to pet her, she flips over and scurries just out of reach and leads him down away from the barrel.
All right. And once he's out of the kind of range of being able to see the barrel, or his attention is in another direction, I slide out the back and then kind of make my way away from the barrel.
Okay.
All right.
You have successfully acquired a purse. As you look inside, you see that these are not old marks. This is one of the local currencies of First Fall. And you know that every region has its own local currency. Here in First Fall, they use newly minted gold and silver, so it's pretty straightforward. It just doesn't have that same prestige of the coins that were minted prior to the deluge, as many believe that they are superior in that they are more resilient and certainly zeal infused in a way that the newly minted coins are not. But inside you have roll 2d20. Okay. They did a bit of shopping, it looks like, this morning, but there are 20 First Fall gold coins. So this will spend anywhere in First Fall, no questions asked. And depending on who you talk to in other regions, it might spend, might not.
All right. So I'm on the hunt ultimately for a pearl, because that is a component that I need for being able to use Identify.
Okay.
But I don't believe I've got enough gold there yet, unless I can haggle down. But
you can certainly try.
All right.
So in scoping out, now that you have a little bit more gold in your pocket, you see that there's a gentleman a flood touch gentleman that is purveying silks and linens. There is an Effigian is got all sorts of gadgets that are laid out on a table, metallic, and some of them are like spewing out steam and watering about on their own accord. You see again the rabbit folk Namasi that had nearly killed Nosh's palate with spices. There is a Teora man who has all manner of odds and ends, doesn't seem to have any particular focus. And finally, you do see a Kalydon, which is a rare sight outside of the Ether Deep. That is where these folks hail. But if ever you're going to see one on the surface, it would be in a situation like this, as part of a trade caravan or wagon, and you see that they have set up a display case with all manner of gems and crystals.
All right. Well, I make my way over to the Kalydon and take a quick stock of the inventory, looking specifically for a pearl. You
see a variety of pearls. There are like lustrous, opalescent pearls. There's like deep, dark chocolate pearls. Some as big as a clementine. Others the size of a pea.
All right. I'm gonna say hello to the Kalydon and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Quin. Are you open for business?
Well, of course I am. You see me here, you see my wares, that means we're ready to do some business. What are you in the market for? Emerald by the look of you?
Well, it's a good guess.
It'd go great with your complexion, I tell you.
Well, I'll tell you that I intend to buy a lot of gems over time, and I suspect that I'll become quite quickly one of your best customers. I'd love to really, start building that relationship now, but I'd really like to get a sense of, the quality of your wares. You mind if I take a look at a few of these gems?
Well, take a look. Yeah, I mean, by all means, peruse. Now, if I'm gonna keep everything in behind glass, you understand.
Totally
you never know
fine.
with all of these folks around, you are bound to attract some disreputable folks who, as soon as that thing's open, reach their hand in there. So, well, is there anything in particular that you're looking for today that I can? Maybe I'll take a couple of things out.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I mean, ultimately, I'd be looking at diamonds and rubies and emeralds, maybe even a pearl or two.
A pearl or two, some diamonds and emeralds. Okay, so do you have a budget that you're working with?
As I say, I suspect I'm going to be a long-term customer of yours. So I really want to get a sense of, how you are as a vendor and whether or not we can work together long-term. So I think today, maybe just something small, maybe a pearl.
A pearl, great for a boyfriend or girlfriend. String it up, put it on a necklace. They'll stay with you forever. So, yeah, we could get you one of these little guys here. You seem like a nice guy, and I'd love to have you be a returning customer. So, you want this? Call it 20 gold. Seems fair. That's generous.
What would the market value of this be to somebody who wasn't going to be a long-term customer?
Well, now, if this is just your Joe Schmo who's, here just, passing through, not one of my loyal customers, then I'd charge 40.
I think I actually need something a little bit bigger.
Okay, so you're really trying to make a statement then. Okay, so you want to get into something more mid-size. Now, this is a absolutely beautiful chocolate pearl, recently acquired by yours truly, and I think it'd look quite handsome. So, this normally, I'd probably put a price tag of 100 old marks on this, but I'd be willing to go 50. If
I mean, it's nice. Let me look at that for just a moment. It does look like there's a bit of a flaw on the bottom side there. Would you go 40?
roll roll persuasion here to see can you haggle this person down 10 gold.
It's a shit stat for me.
A flaw? What do you? Well, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I suppose this may be less than perfect. 40 gold. Okay,
All right, a deal's a deal.
deal's the deal.
Thank you kindly. I will be back.
Okay, you now have a pearl. Paid 40 gold, worth 100.
All right, so I am going to kind of step out of the hustle and bustle of the marketplace here, and I'm just going to quickly cast Identify on the glove.
Okay.
Now that I have the component to be able to do so. And what do I learn?
I will change the description of it is no longer unidentified in your inventory. You can read that at your leisure. Back at the inn, the remaining folks would be stirring, and I guess Catriona, would there have been anything that you would have done during your downtime there?
Like maybe chatting with was it Jack again if he was there, but I imagine he was asleep. So
Yeah, Jack was asleep in one of those hammocks, very much testing the strength of the cordage, keeping him aloft.
no, I don't think
Okay.
she would do anything.
Then the three of you, not far between each of you, wake and have the day ahead of you. You see that Quin is gone.
What time did they wake, roughly speaking?
So they would have been, like 10 o'clock or so. So
Okay.
after, take you some time to run your scheme and do your exploring of town before you settled in on a spot. So we're at we're caught up now time wise, but Quin still. I guess what would Quin have?
Quinn would have started making his way back to the inn once he purchased the pearl.
Makes sense. Then, despite Quin's disappearance, as you all are coming to and taking stock of yourselves and the space around you, Quin comes strolling in.
Hey, good morning, sleepyheads.
You're up
Where
bright
were
and early.
you?
I'm an early riser. I wanted to go and see what we could find out about this glove. So I think this is actually how the gem was stolen. So this glove allows the wearer to actually pass their hand right through glass.
Oh, that's fascinating. Where did he get that from?
Well, probably from, I forget who it was that signed the note, from the blacksmith.
Isaac?
Isaac, right?
I wonder who was that other person Isaac's note mentioned? The one they said he couldn't
Callion?
trust. Have we heard of that name in town?
You have. That's the keeper of Midhaven, like the equivalent of a mayor. That was the MC at the festival,
And presumably the captain's boss, right? Ultimately.
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah. So I think we know who took the gem and how they took the gem. We just don't know where the gem is. But he was asked to take it to the keep, or to the fort. Is that where it was? Delivered to the old fort. So I think that may be our next step. Is let's go see what we can find out there.
I mean, I don't think the gem would be there, but we might be able to find Izek or someone.
Yeah, I mean, unless anyone wants to check out anything else.
Maybe we should look into Callion and see why the captain didn't trust him. Or why Izek didn't trust him, obviously.
Yeah, if we can find him.
I mean, I don't think he would be too hard to find, but I think it's more finding out what's going on around him.
By the way, just as a matter of logistics, I hand out a good berry to everybody. Just for the day, here's your daily berry.
Thanks.
Always with the berry. And what is it with you and giving us your berries?
What?
I put it on a table behind me.
Why?
So in dire circumstance, these can save the day. I'd recommend you just tuck it away. If it's useful, it's useful. If not, I'll give you another one tomorrow.
And if you don't want the one you have, just hand it over. I'll take care of it. I can utilize it just as well. And I can also lob it in your face if you actually need it. It's really easy. So
I also give one to Moss and one to Ra as well.
Don't give it to... And Ra just devours it like in 2 seconds.
Immediately.
Oh. What is this feeling? I don't
Really?
understand.
Quinn, I've told you every time not to give him the good berry. Just you don't listen.
Nosh!
I know. Come here, baby.
I think I'm dying.
You're not. Just come over here. Just on my shoulder. You're fine.
But I don't even want to eat anymore. I don't
know.
understand.
I know. It's because
What did he do to me?
It's the berry, babe. It's the berry. I told him not to give it to you. I told him. He doesn't listen. Don't take berries from Uncle Quinn. Remember, no berries from Uncle Quinn.
Yeah, how was I supposed to? You gotta stop me from myself.
I try, but you are a quick little bugger with those flames. You will suck up anything edible around you. What have I said? We take a breath, and then we ask, can we eat it? And you didn't do that this time.
The answer is
you have
always
a full
yes,
stomach. I mean, 99.99999% of the time, yes. Now come here. You're going to have a full stomach for the rest of the day until this evening. Then I'll feed you dinner. Come on. No more berries from Quinn. Got it?
Okay,
Uncle
no more
Quinn,
berries.
Okay, good.
And he tucks himself in. Nosh, what recipes were you preparing for today?
We're going to do another bullseye and another orange cake. So I'll have 2 orange cake, 1 bullseye, and then I'll leave the croquette madam as it is. I have not learned an additional recipe at this time, of course.
Okay, so 1 bullseye, 1 croque madame, and 2 orange cakes?
That's what it should be, yes.
Okay.
I should still have 1 orange cake and 1
Your recipes, like, they don't carry over from the previous day. Like,
okay.
So anything that was prepared doesn't carry over.
Okay, so then, that's the order currently I want it.
Okay.
2 orange cakes, 1 croquette, 1 bullseye for now. And I'll usually try and make the bullseye if we do, like, a short rest, depending on the situation.
Sounds good.
So that's what I'll lean to, just for future reference. Thank you, sir. Quinn, if you give him another good berry and he has an existential crisis in front of me again, I am going to throw him in your face. And I don't care that you're made of wood. I will throw him in your face.
Duly noted.
Thank you. I can eat them. I can make them into something better than what they are.
Again, you don't have to eat them. Just hang on to them. When you need them, you'll know.
Yeah, but they also can go bad. You do remember that, right?
Sure.
Just like any other food.
I'll make more.
Yeah, you know the way you make them, though. I mean, I'm a cook and just a little uncomfortable sometimes. All right, where are we going? What are we doing? Are we going to see this blacksmith? Are we not going to see the blacksmith?
Catriona and Harlowe have just been stood here watching this whole conversation.
Nosh turns back to them
Contemplating their
asking that question.
companion choices. Yeah.
Questioning life.
I think we should head to the fort.
Sounds reasonable.
It's a clear destination.
So, where is this? What fort are you heading to?
We're heading to the blacksmith's forge.
Not the
Isaac-
blacksmith's forge, the
Oh
old
no!
fort.
Are you heading to the
There's a
old
fort. Isn't it like north of town?
Oh, you're talking about Cragspire, the watchtower. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to the watchtower. Can we swing by the blacksmith place just to try and talk to any
It's
of
on the way.
Isaac's family on the way? Yes.
I
Sure.
would like to.
Is that
Did
okay, Harlow?
Harlow, did you
That's-
want to
that's
try
what
and
I-
find the town, the lightkeeper, whatever, Callion?
I would like to look into Isaac's family.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's
I was thinking the
connected.
same thing.
That was my
Yeah.
priority. Yeah.
Cool. We'll do that and then head to the watchtower. It's at the top of the northern side of town.
Okay.
Alright.
So you make your way north, then, past the plaza. You remember passing the Crucible on your way into town, Nosh and Quin, since you came from the north. And it is a large open air forge. You see, it seems much too big for whatever needs Midhaven might have. And you do hear the hammering of iron. And as you approach, you see sweating away over of an anvil with hammer in one hand and a pair of tongs in second hand, and a towel in third hand is a young Zealoid woman. She has her back turned to you. You see she's hunched over as her spine seems quite crooked and kind of ripples and bulges in the traditional unpredictable way of the Zealoids. Unlike their flood-touched cousins, they were not gifted with the beauteous magic, but were, mutated, transformed by it. And as the clanging of the metal drones on, it's clear that she doesn't see or hear you in this environment.
June, is it?
You see she kind of turns her head and at the sound of her voice and catches sight of you. When you see her face, you see that she has one very large eye on the right side of her face, and her left eye is considerably smaller. They're differently colored, and she looks up at you, Harlow. Yes?
I saw your poster earlier today over at.
You got information about Isaac?
No, I was just wondering if you needed any help.
I mean, here at the forge.
Well, if
I mean,
you
things are slow, but
if you need any help finding him,
boy, do I ever! It's hard. I mean, I got to bear the full responsibility of our work, and it doesn't leave a lot of time for me to get out there and beat the streets. Not that people really want to talk to me anyway. You know how it is here in Midhaven, but
what does that mean?
I mean, I wasn't here when all that happened. I couldn't have been. I wasn't alive yet, but it's hard being like me in Midhaven, given all what went down in the town. I know that Isaac, he don't mind. He never held anything against me, but that's Isaac.
Is he like you, or is no?
No, he's like a friend there, and points to Quentin.
Oh. When did you last see him?
I mean, it's been 5 days now. I mean, I didn't think nothing of it for the first day because every man's entitled to a day off to himself to take care of his affairs. But then I started to get worried, and I asked around, and nobody saw him.
No one saw him.
And,
You were the last one to see him.
as far as I can tell, I mean, I haven't been everywhere. I haven't had time, but I checked in at the East End and the end of Watch, and
Is that where he was last seen? Over at East End, or could you tell us what he was setting off to do when he left before you just realized, a day or so later he wasn't coming back? He was missing.
last time I saw him, I think he was going to get dinner. Not that he eats much. I think he said he's just going to pick something up from one of the carts. It's all. I wasn't paying attention to details because it didn't seem like it was significant, So I've been trying to play things back through my head and figure out what and why and where and how.
It was just a normal day though for you both, and he was going to get a short bite, and he went to the caravan cart side of town that had all come in for the Lantern Festival. Is that kind of what happened for you on that day?
He does have like a soft spot for Jubilee. She cooks stuff up on the side, but to be honest with you, I never really cared for her cooking. But I'm not Teora like, so maybe it's that. But I don't know.
Wait,
I checked with her. She didn't see him, so
Jubilee.
I don't know.
Sorry, real quick, Nick. So Jubilee's an Effigian, right?
Her name has been mentioned. You haven't actually met her.
Is she not the one that had the creatures?
That was Orwin.
That was Orwin. Okay, so we've heard this mention of Jubilee a couple of times. So I heard her name. I just wanted to get clarification. So is she Teora?
She is.
A Teoran. Okay.
I don't know what her real name is though, but I ain't never met no Teora named Jubilee
but
or anything like
she
that.
normally is in the cart caravan tavern.
She never leaves Wagon Town.
Wagon Town, yeah.
She's like a permanent fixture there. Like she never leaves. Most people, they come and go. They take their wagons with them. They travel to and fro. But no, she set up shop. I don't even know how long ago, and she ain't never left.
She ain't never left. She's still probably out there right now, isn't she? I mean, she stayed for the festival.
There ain't nowhere else she's gonna be.
Okay. And what does she look like, if you don't mind? Any significant features to identify her as
she's got like that beautiful sort of autumn-looking foliage to her. With like
Quinn, you making a note of that autumn.
The reds and oranges and yellows. She takes care of herself. She's always wrapped up in all manner of bangles and doodads, and she. I would just say, if you go talk to her, take whatever she says to you with a grain of salt. She fancies herself a fortune teller, but I think she should just stick to cooking, because between you and me, maybe she should do neither, but she ain't too good at neither.
Has anybody else new or repetitive been hanging around the forge at all?
We got like our typical requests. Keeper Callian did ask me to go check out the shrine, and I told him I don't have what's necessary to even do that. That's Izix, he would that's like his whole deal basically. Nothing seemed amiss to me, not that I would even know where to begin. But no, nothing unusual. It's just, keeping busy.
What is it that's necessary at the shrine?
Well, who are y'all?
We've actually been asked to see if we can help bring the gem back. So we're helping the whole investigation.
I mean, that'd be nice and all, but it's just a gem. If you had to choose, I mean, bring back a man, you know?
I think both are related.
What do you mean you think they're related? You think that... Are you saying Isaac ran off with...
No,
No,
we're
definitely not.
definitely not saying that. The fact of the matter is, what we've been informed is that Isaac is the one who had the knowledge to unlock where the bright spark was, and so if he was under threat or under duress to share that information to allow someone to access it could be a possible reason for him missing. Now, again, that is just speculation.
So it's not as simple as like you just telling someone what to do, because he's got the key.
Right, and he's missing though.
So but without him there is no key, and I don't understand.
Could you clarify? Sorry.
Is the key something that could be stolen, or is it like he needs?
I mean,
to
I
be there?
guess, but you'd like have to pry it off him. It sounds stupid, but it's like a glove that he wears.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got it, or whoever was Isaac before Isaac was, and who was ever Isaac before that person, like I think it goes way back.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, man's made of wood and he works in a forge. Like, does that sound like a good idea to you? And she points to Quinn.
Certainly not usually. So you're saying this glove that you speak of, it helps him here in the forge? It protects
Well, yeah, I
him?
mean, he just reach right in and grab molten metal like it's nothing. I mean, it does still get awful hot here, and, you know, make sure you stay hydrated. Oh, you might check Miss Vale. He does sometimes like to go soak after, working in the forge. I didn't even think to go check. So out of the way.
Mistvale.
Yeah, it's bathhouse, south end of town, over by Clearbrook.
We will
I mean-
go check that for you.
It's
Does
right,
he
it's
have
right
any-
over by the east end.
Yeah.
Does he have any other regular haunts? You've mentioned Jubilee and her cart, Miss Vale now. Is there anything else that you can recall that he would go to regularly, whether it's a place to sit and, just be, or just a place he visited to be a part of? Anything at all that you could come to mind that he would normally go to besides here at the forge?
I mean, he liked to people watch, especially around this time of year when we're so jam packed. Besides that, I mean, there ain't a whole lot to see and do here in Midhaven.
We'll go check the bathhouse, and we'll swing by and let you know.
You got a picture what he looks like, right? Like, I know it wasn't the best drawing, but I did what I can.
Yeah.
So I kind of replicate the picture as an illusion and say, is this the picture that you're talking about?
That is a handy trick, and yes, it is.
All right, we'll be on the lookout.
All right. You have you don't know nothing about no leads so far?
Well, we're keeping those pretty tight right now because there's a lot that's been going on, and we don't want to mislead anybody or throw suspicion on anyone or anything or any area. So at this time, we appreciate all that you've provided us, truly, and it's going to help us in figuring out where Isaac is. So thank you for
Can
talking
I
to us
ask
today.
really quick?
Yeah.
Who were his friends here in town? Did he have any close friends?
I mean, I don't know if you can call him a friend, but he was buddies, I suppose, with old Gnarl Carl. But I think that's more just out of him being a good person. But yeah, I mean, he had a working relationship with Keeper Callie, and I think they got drinks every now and then. And like I said, he paid Jubilee a visit. time and again. I'm trying to think. Not a lot of. He did. What's that dumb little game that people play? With them little figurines.
Oh, Harlowe, you got one of those. What?
Pull out.
These things.
Yeah. In fact, I think that he was playing that with one of them boys that works up in Cragspire. What's his name? He's Nay? I think it's Nay. Or is it Crispin? It's one of them two. I can never keep them straight. They look totally different, but their personality is identical.
That could be very useful information. Thank you.
Truly, thank you. You've given us a few leads on where we can continue searching to see if we can find him, and we're going to do our best we can together to find him. Hopefully, together to find him and make sure that he is brought back. Hopefully, as a whole individual. Nothing happened to him. Yeah.
It's a weird way of saying that, but thank you.
Thank you, Champagne.
Shut up, Scott.
We'll head out.
Is there, while you're here, is there anything that you want to buy? Anything? I mean, we do a lot. We don't do much in the way of, like arms and armaments anymore. But I don't know. Anybody need a kettle? You need some handles that redone, refitted. I mean, you need you got a horse that needs shoot. I mean, I don't know. You probably no. You don't need shoes. You got feet. That's fine.
You got any cooking utensils?
Oh, you talking about like we do cast iron. You need a skillet. You need a cauldron. You need.
You got any?
We could do some knives. We do a lot of knives.
I like a good chef's knife, but you got any mini skillets? Just
A mini.
like,
oh, you're talking about like an egg pan.
yes.
Yeah, we could do an egg pan for you. We got. I mean, that's one of our best sellers. Yeah. You know what? Y'all are helping find Isaac. I'm just let you have it. I have to write down in inventory that just it doesn't matter. She pulls out a book and you see that she starts writing down the sale, and folds the book back up, and says, all right. Well, anything else I can do?
Real quick, totally real quick. What was the last sale that Isaac personally documented, if you don't mind? I don't want to look at it, just if you could look real quick in that book you just documented there yourself.
No, that's fair. And he or she flips back. It's just one page. You see a clear distinction between two sets of handwriting. And she says, looks like he was just sharpening some knives for Navarra down at the end of watch.
This might be like a weird question, but did Captain Tennille ever shop here, like frequently or recently?
I mean, no more than anybody else. And everybody's always got something that needs fixing. I can look. And she flips through. She says, "Looks like about 2 months ago, he had an issue with his window latch, and asked Isaac to come check it out."
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
What was that name of End of the Watch guy? Sorry, Nick. What was his name? What?
Navarra.
Navarra. I put Nirvana. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got.
we'll head out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. And as we are at 10:30, that'd be another good
Shout
point
out
to
crit,
take a
so my
break.
spelling doesn't get much worse. Good lord, I can't spell worth a crap.
All right. See you, stream.
Bye. And we're back as promised. Would we lie to you? Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. So, armed with some knowledge and some potential leads after leaving the Crucible, is the plan still heading north outside of town to Craigspire?
Do we want to check out the bathhouse first?
Yeah, would it be on the way?
The bathhouse is
No.
south in intent. That's like where you came. That was like over by the east end. But
I feel like-
everything is pretty close in this town. It's a small town.
It's not Martyria.
No. You're not trekking miles across the city.
I feel like we told her we would, and I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's just do that first.
Yeah.
It's an easy
By
thing
the
to
way,
check, right?
this Jubilee that's at Teora, we have a tradition that you gain a symbol or a syllable in your name for each of your seasons. So she would actually be fairly old.
She did mention autumn colors.
Yeah, that would track.
Isn't she the one that we walked past, like in the city set, like she was cooking, right?
Oh, I don't know.
You haven't encountered Jubilee yet.
Okay.
So, sorry, I missed. What is this? What's the next step?
Aren't we going up to the
The
watch
The
tower?
bathhouse.
The bathhouse.
Oh, we're going back
Okay.
down to the bathhouse.
Just
first?
stop in really quick, because if he's there, then
No issues, right? I
Mystery
just don't
solved.
understand why you would take a bath for 5 days.
a 5-day bath, something normal for you guys.
No, I don't
Okay,
take.
just
It's a bath, and
you
it's
don't
done.
take baths.
No, I didn't say that.
Baths
Harlow.
also
I
very
didn't
good
say
to
that.
know.
Baths are good. I take them, but I don't take them for 5 days. I don't continuously take a bath. You know what I
You
mean?
only
That's fun.
bathe every 5 days.
Case.
I mean,
Okay.
average. The average is 5 days, Catriona.
Oh.
5 days. I mean, I try to keep it to 3, but
That's-
it's 5
If that's
days.
the average, then does that mean you go
That's a
longer
lot
than 5
more.
days?
Ooh.
I didn't say that. Now
I've
you're
never
putting
noticed
words
a
in my
smell.
mouth.
If it's
I-
the average, then that means you're taking
You're going over.
both ends.
You know, that's up for debate.
So what's the ooh?
Do
We're
trees
talking like
bathe?
10 days?
Yeah, I think that's only just due to situational.
I take a
and
couple of steps,
seasonal.
just sideways.
Slightly farther away.
My hands
from
are always clean though.
Nosh.
Always clean hands. Gotta have clean hands.
She's
to keep
always
them clean.
clean. She uses magic to keep herself clean.
You know
Oh,
what?
damn it. I'm not. It's going to take me forever to get that. Sorry. He
I
always
am
uses
a
magic.
he. I am a he, and I take
Sorry.
showers. There's
Yeah,
another
once
person
every
within this
5 days.
conversation who's
On
like,
average.
commenting on showers.
On
I
average.
don't
Okay,
appreciate it.
that's true.
I assume we're walking while this.
Yeah,
whole
you make your way
conversation is
back
going on.
past the plaza, and
ugh.
you see the building that you had noticed when you first made your way to the south end of the village.
Baths
the
are
only,
uncomfortable. Shut up.
Other large one that looks like it's not like a residential space. This must be Miss Vale. You see that there's a sign outside that you hadn't noticed previously. There's no words on it, but there is a picture of like a little foggy oasis, and there's a single door leading into the building.
Let's go
Head
in.
in?
Yeah.
It's time to take a bath.
And as
Oh
you
no! Wait a second. I thought we took a weird ass dip earlier. Do I have to take a bath now?
I-
Or can we just
I-
go in and
that
talk to
wa-
You
people?
did
That
not.
water
That water was not
was-
clean.
Ooh.
So-
I think it's more important than ever, Nosh. I'm sorry, but it's not good.
Okay,
you're
Rob.
a little
Really?
ripe.
Does
All right.
he
You know
take
what,
baths?
Rob?
And I point to the
Is
little
he?
flame.
He's not allowed in the water, is he?
Should we leave him
He just
outside?
kind of. He just
Oh,
kind of.
no.
And he's good. He like
Should we
because
leave
of
him
his
outside?
temperature and his
I don't
fire.
fart.
You totally do, man. When you need
I
to
don't-
just, like,
I
get
don't
rid of
fart.
essence, you just
Are you?
It's
Is it
so
going to
ridiculous.
hurt you if you go into the steam? Is that
No, the steam would be fine for him.
Okay.
He's not gonna just disappear. Even if he did, he'd come back. I'd get him back. He's not just
Does he
gonna-
want to? stay
I'm
out
resilient.
Rod, do you want to stay outside? Catriona needs to know if you want to come inside the bathhouse with us.
We could leave him and the cat outside.
I don't. I mean, are you guys all getting naked? Because I don't really think I want to see that.
No.
Oh, I don't know what
No.
we're doing. I guess that's a possibility.
I'm probably gonna get thrown in the bathtub full armor. I feel like that might be happening.
I'm sorry. That needs
Really?
to be Wyrdgard merch is just a little raw flame. Just says I'm resilient. That was I
I'm
can't
resilient.
get over that.
Well, Moss, Rod, do you
You
want
need
to
to isolate that soundbite.
Okay.
Yes,
I can do
please,
that.
Somebody.
I'll come in.
Okay, great. Come on, little buddy. I guess I'm gonna take a
And
bath after this.
you enter the front doors. You're instantly greeted by a billowing wave of fog that seeps out the open door. The floors are and the walls are entirely made of a bamboo-like woods. There is a simple front desk in front of you. You're in just a small little foyer. You see behind it, dressed in like almost clinical whites garb, is a fog veteran. Her skin is sort of an ashen gray, but there's just this billowing fog that emanates from her and all around her. Her eyes are not unlike yours, Harlowe, in that they just seem to seep mist. And she nods and bows at you as you enter. She says, "Welcome to Mistvale. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 juniors today."
Yeah.
Well, and what sort of treatment are you looking for? Are we looking for just a quick soak? Are you looking for some deep tissue massage? Are you looking for you name it? We do it here.
I've been advised I smell, so
so a
whatever you
deep
can do to...
deep clean. Are you
Yes.
able to you know how to scrub? Yes.
Yeah, can I get...
Do you need
a nice
assistance?
soap? No, I don't think so, but could you watch my little buddy?
I think they might need assistance.
You know what?
Your little
Stone
buddy?
person, shush.
Is it communal? The
We do offer private baths, but it is more expensive.
We'll do communal.
Okay.
Good. That is perfectly fine. We are at 0 occupancy at the moment, so you have the full bath to yourself. I would just make sure that Jasper gets everything nice. In fact, your little buddy, would he like to earn perhaps a little bit of gold?
I mean, I would love for him to earn a little bit of gold. But, 1 second, and Nosh pulls Raw out from under his frying pan, or his, big pan. Raw, you want to earn some cash?
I don't really have need for material
Cash
possessions.
equals food.
But I've never had cash, and I always have food. 'Cause you
Well,
give me
cash.
food.
I get cash and you get food. That's how that goes. So if you get cash, you give me cash. I give you extra food.
I
more
don't
than
really
normal.
think that I want to do work, though.
Well, let's ask them what exactly you would be doing. Because if it's something very simple, you could just chill until I get done being clean. Because apparently you think I stink.
I
Right.
don't think it. I just know it.
See? See. You know what, Quinn? If you laugh,
I
will
just find it very funny that
throw you in the deep end.
yesterday I was called Stinky. Isn't that funny?
You know what? You are stinky. You're always stinky, though. I am just currently stinky. There's a difference. There is a
I
difference.
lean over to Harlow. Do they both smell?
I have an oaken musk.
Oh, the fact that you used musk in that sentence.
I
Quinn.
turned to
The fact that
Cat.
you used
Is
it.
cash a Namasi thing? Because all I know is coin.
Yes, I think so. Catriona has no clue.
No clue what cash is.
Quinn, Mosswing perches on your shoulder and says, "Quinn, I rather like the way you smell. I think you carry it rather well."
Thank you, Moss. And Moss,
That
there's
means they
certainly,
both need a bath.
There's
Moss
certainly
and
no
Quinn
need
need
for
a bath.
Moss to take a bath. Moss.
Nope, I
Moss
really think
grooms
you
herself
both now. I
wonderfully.
think you both now need a bath just from what
Does-
she just
I
said.
think you're projecting.
Does Moss
You know what?
stink?
I may be, but you both probably smell a little bit right musky. I'm not gonna sniff you in your direction. Direct me to the bath, please. Direct me to the bath. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Moss does.
Sorry, what's
Does she have a ledger out?
that? She does have a guest book. Yes.
Is there any names we recognize on that?
You see several names you definitely don't. You see that there is a name that you've heard in passing, Jewel. That was the you heard that name at the end of Watch. You see Navarra's name is on there. You see that Zora' name is on there. The rabbit folk that nearly killed Nosh's palate. But it's there's not a ton of names on this page of the guest book.
Is it like, are there dates or no?
There are. All of these are from the morning.
Okay.
So for four of you, this is correct. Yes. Then that will be 2 gold apiece for an hour. If you are planning to stay for 2 hours, then that will be 3 gold apiece. So first hour is 2 gold. Second hour 1.
Just 1 hour for a good deep scrub would be fine for me.
I'm actually going to decline, and I'll.
Oh no, but it is excellent. It's really good for your roots. That is what I'm told.
I mean, your bark would probably look excellent, Quinn, after you actually scrubbed
You
a little.
must keep it nice and supple. Yes.
Mm-hmm. See, listen to the lady.
I'm actually doing okay. I had a bath not long ago.
I don't believe you.
There is a gentleman who comes here and he swears by it. He said it is like the waters of where's it from the Evermarsh.
Oh, who is that?
Oh, she flips back. His name is Izik. I never remember names. That's why I have people write them down.
See, and we know Isaac, so you gotta.
When was he here last?
This was 1, 2, 3, 4 nights ago.
How often does he usually come here?
I mean, I see him here, 2, 3 times a 10 day, sometimes more.
So more than once every 5 days?
Typically, yes.
Okay. I pat my pockets. Oh man, I'm. And
Just out of curiosity.
I look at Quinn. Could you?
Like you have,
Yeah, Quinn,
you have no
could
goals?
you just, take care of that for the 4 of us? 5 of us, if you can convince Moss to actually scrub that fur down a bit.
You said they don't need it.
Could Ra earn a little coin?
I mean, I already asked, and once they tell us what Ra is going to be doing, I'm sure Ra would be happy to do it.
Oh well, I will send him back to. He will work with Jasper. We need to heat the water, and he's looks like he's literally made of fire. So I think he would be wonderful at it. He's got to heat the stones, so that we pour the water on them. They make the steam. It's very nice.
Yeah,
Amplifies what. It's you get it.
So for like an hour or so while we bathe, he could be back there kind of helping out.
Just helping to burn the wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I suppose we could. Jasper. And you see after a few moments from behind this reception desk like a sleek black and orange spotted salamander Namasi comes striding in. Yes. Oh, we've got customers. Well, I'll just get started right away. And so, no. You have a little bit of help. And Ross says, "Oh, I get to eat wood."
You get to eat wood. You get to heat the stones, and following this, You get a
I'll
special
I'll
treat.
do it for the team.
Yeah, thanks, Ra. You are always a friend.
Remember my name.
Ra, you're not gonna
And
die doing this. I hope you
Ra
remember that.
flies over to the outstretched salamander's hand, who starts inspecting him curiously. But then they wander back, and Ra is no more.
Well, he's not with us
So-
anymore.
Do we know how much gold he's able to earn?
I suppose we could take 1 gold off the total if you're doing 1 hour. That is fair work, I suppose.
Yeah. So 1 gold. You got that right, Quinn? And
Yeah, but I'm
literally
still-
Notch is gonna side eye him. 'Cause Notch just
I'll
knows.
go ahead and pay for the 3 of them, but I'm actually not going to join them. So
I
that
mean,
would
you
be.
could just soak your roots for like a little bit.
I've got a quick errand that I have to run
Why do you keep running off?
because I need components for spells, unfortunately, which is
He does that. It's like a regular occurrence, Harlow. Like, no matter where we travel, I'll be like steadfast in one place for a couple hours, and he's gone like 2 or 3 times. It's just,
Well, we can just go after our bath.
yeah, exactly. I tell
Well-
him that all the time.
I'm okay with not taking a bath. I'm perfectly clean, no
Mm,
trouble, and quite frankly, I need the gold. So
don't
For
believe
what?
you.
for spell components.
1 gold is not going to stop you from buying the components you
It
need,
would
my
be
dude.
It would be 3 gold.
Uh, you can afford it.
Eh.
You
Go ahead,
always
take
can
your
afford it.
bath, and I'm gonna back my way out of the spa here.
And
back
as
out
he
the
walks out the
streets.
door, he can hear like over the like breeze that comes out the door, coward from Notch.
Hey,
Not you.
no, that person.
Okay, Quinn, you and Moss exits, and the 3 of you have funds to go back to the bath. As you, the veteran guides you to where you saw Ra disappear. You see it opens up into a wide tile-lined pool. You see the space is very foggy, very misty. The air is humid. It's pleasant, and Catriona, not sure how much you're going to get out of this experience, but you are a whetstone now.
The lichen on her body is like
Oh, certainly,
soaking
that's
in
right.
the moisture.
And you see the Jasper and Ra are busy heating the it's like pouring water on these stones that are putting in and out of this like open burn pits that is contributing to the heat of this space, and adding those to the pool as well as to misting up the place, and it is quite nice if you're into that kind of thing. You see there's a variety of like soaps and ointments and tinctures to apply at your leisure.
So 20 minutes of scrubbing, 40 minutes of soaking. And then you just see Nosh like
Nosh
shed his
is
armor
being-
and jump in and like start to scrub real fast, like trying
Nosh
to
is
make
like
sure.
being helped with the scrubbing, and we're just like soaking.
Like washing a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like occasionally you can hear, don't. Okay, I'm fine. Keep going. Yeah, it's totally like puffed up fur and everything until I can start soaking with you guys. So all I want is just to soak in the warm water.
When we're
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
when we're done, Nosh, do you wanna does Ra always stay with you?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
occasionally Ra goes off if I need some assistance elsewhere, but normally Ra prefers to stay close by in case anything happens. What's on your mind?
Oh, because I figured we could just like head up after this, but we wouldn't have to stop by June's if he would go tell her that Izek wasn't here.
Yeah, Ra, I'm gonna be honest with you, Harlow. Ra's a coward. Yeah, he's not gonna be. It's not like Mosswing. I don't know if you noticed Quinn. Mosswing will go out and be able to talk to people really well. Ra is motivated by very few things, and he's very afraid of anything that doesn't have to do with those few things. So,
Well, we're walking past the crucible anyway, so we
yeah,
can
so
talk to you.
we just pop in quick. Hey, we checked the bathhouse. He was here 4 nights ago. You know, totally easy to do, and then we'll jump over the watchtower, right? Yeah.
Weird question for you. How long have you known Quinn?
And then you see like Nosh has his paws up and he's like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years, maybe.
Is there any chance that he stole the Brightstar?
No. Yeah, I mean, like, I could see where you would think that. And like totally normally you would you mute the shit out of that? I can hear it over here, you goober. Don't give me that look. Go.
This is my fucking house.
Oh, this is my fucking house. Normally, yes, I would 100% agree with you. He would be a prime suspect. But he
With
was
the
standing next to me.
disappearing and...
Yeah, no, but he was standing next to me making a wish inadvertently and then making the actual wish. It was very confusing. He didn't really know it. You know, like, you know those distracted people that, like, are walking next to you, and you might not, but you know those people that you know that just get completely distracted by the brightest, shiniest thing that you could see, or like the sun when it hits off the water, or the dew in the trees. Like no. Sorry.
I can see why you and him are friends.
Yeah, it works well. But no, he honestly, the stone doesn't hold any value to either of us in our endeavors of what we're trying to find out here. I mean, if it had some innate value to what we're trying to accomplish, yeah, then yes, I would actually agree with you. Be like, yeah, no, we should probably investigate Quinn and poke him a little bit harder to make him admit it. But nah, he's not. This isn't something he would be interested in, truthfully. So, but I don't.
Hey there. Sorry for interrupting here. I realize this is on me. I probably should have told you. You actually get cleaner if you scrub underneath your armor. So most people take it off and put it in one of the lockers. Yeah, but you don't have to do that.
Oh.
You can carry on as you are.
Nosh looks down and his armor is already all gone. He's like in a towel. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Harlowe strips down. Leaves her helmet.
Nosh was forcibly stripped down, and his armor is all in the corner.
Her helmet.
You just, I mean, you can put them in lockers. You don't have to just, all right, fine, I'll do it. And start trying to gather your things and
Catriona will go
come up to a little...
put his shit in a locker and then come back.
Thanks,
You see, there's like a dozen or so lockers. Most of them are open, but there is one in addition to yours that is closed.
Are there names on the locker?
There are not names,
Okay.
just numbers.
Just numbers.
Hey,
what number
hey,
is the one that is closed?
Number 3.
Number 3. Oh, right.
3, my lord.
Just check sort of where... Is Jasper like following me? Like, is he also...
No.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
good now.
I want to try and open the locker.
Okay. It is locked.
How is this like? Is this like high school locker locked? Like,
I mean, the lockers are made of the same wood. If you wanted to rip this off, you absolutely could.
Would it be like half the locker comes off as well, or is it like I can like pop the locker?
It very well may.
I can't like pry it, like sort of.
If you want to try that, yeah, sure.
Okay, I want to try to do that.
Okay. So, are you muscling this open, or are you trying to like? I don't know. I guess it seems pretty much like a strength thing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Just roll a strength check.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you very easily sense the movement of the wood and are not like yanking it off. You're in full control of this, and you hear like a little bit of splintering, and the lock snaps.
Okay, I want to look in the locker quickly.
Inside, you see there's a towel and a piece of parchment, and that is all.
I'm gonna grab the parchment.
Okay.
Can I pick up the towel to make sure there's not something hidden in it?
There is nothing hidden in the towel.
Okay, I'm going to go and put the parchment into the locker with my stuff, and I'm going to push
Okay.
the door of that one closed. Try and pop it back in.
Perfect. All right, so while you all are soaking and getting scrubbed down, Quinn, where are you going?
Quinn is headed back to the gem dealer.
Okay. I have
And
a feeling you might.
you got to be able to cast these damn spells. Okay, so approaches the gem dealer and says, "See, I told you I'd be back."
So you did? What did you say your name was, by the way?
I'm Quinn.
You're Quinn. Okay, I'm gonna remember that name. Quinn, how's the pearl treating you? Did they like it?
Yeah, the quality is exactly what I was looking for, and that's why I'm back. And what did you say your name was?
My name. Well, you want my legal name or what people call me?
How about what people call you? This is going to be a friendly relationship.
Well, name's Jet, but they call me Jet the Tiny because where I'm from, there's Jet the huge. You know, he's a big guy. So Jet the Tiny. I don't really like it, but you call me Tiny, you call me Jet, you call me Hey You. I'll answer to it.
Is Jet taller than Quinn?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, that's funny. They call me Quinn the Huge. So anyway,
All right.
yeah, it's these ironic nicknames. So I really am in the market for a diamond.
Diamond?
Something that would have a market price of maybe 50 gold pieces or so. But I know for a friend and a good customer, you're gonna give me a good deal.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll tell you. Normally, you have a discerning eye. You know your quality gems. You spotted that flaw that I even missed somehow. So we do carry some diamonds and that have some flaws, a little bit of clouding that it certainly affects the price. But if you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to notice it. So I've got some of those that I'd put a label of 50 gold on, but I don't know if it's really worth that. So is that something maybe what you're talking about?
Yeah, why don't you show me what you've got, and more importantly, tell me what you would sell it for a good customer for.
So a guy like you, Quinn, the huge, my huge friend, he pulls out a few of the diamonds from the display. He says, "Nope, this is too perfect. This is exquisite. This is flawless." But this, and holds up. It's a very small diamond. It's the tip of his pinky. He says, "You see this little guy right here? That facet doesn't match this one, and there's just that little bit of clouding on the left center. I'd charge 50, but I'd give it to you for 30."
That's an awfully small diamond. Would you do it for 20?
Diamonds are expensive. Split the middle, 25.
All right, we can do 25.
All right.
So
Quinn,
how crowded is the space?
How broke are you?
In the plaza specifically, or
Yeah,
like
around this gem dealer.
It is not. You seem to be his customer of the day.
And all the rest of the gems are sitting under glass?
Yes.
How conspicuous is the glove when it's put on?
You haven't put it on yet. So I mean,
is the
this
glove
is a
known?
glove. Is it known?
Like, would people recognize it because their town blacksmith wears it all the time?
Oh, certainly. I mean, you did June didn't specify, but she said, like it's his thing, his deal. So you've never seen Isaac, so you would know.
All right. So describe the setting here for me. There's a table. This is outdoors or indoors?
It's outdoors. I mean, he's got like
Outdoors.
a little, parasol above him.
And there's a building behind him, or he's just a standalone.
So
stall?
there's no, buildings not far, but not one like directly behind him.
All right.
There are other carts off to the left and right.
I'm going to cast minor illusion behind him about 20 feet, and it'll be the sound of a woman, indistinguishable as to who she is, but calling out for Jet.
Okay.
So I don't need to do anything with that, right?
No, you
Just
cast
a
the
roll.
spell. You see he turns his head at the sound of his name.
And it's repeating periodically, Jet, Jet, over here, Jet, Jet, and continues like that every 8 or 10 seconds or so.
Okay. And you can see him just like kind of like scanning the space around him.
And his eye is off the
Yeah.
table when he's looking around.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to kind of surreptitiously pull the glove on up to my elbow or wherever it needs to go. And then
Okay.
if I've got a moment where I think his attention is drawn away, I'm going to look for a large, quality gem. And I'm going to cast minor illusion of that gem on top of the gem. And then
Okay.
draw a circle about the size of my hand, reach in and swipe the correct gem, and pocket it quickly.
Okay. So I'm going to do a just straight up luck check to see does anybody around in the plaza notice you don this glove. 10 or better and you're in the clear. Oof. Quinn.
All right. Well, that was really obvious. Dang, man.
Quinn, you draw this glove that is just too large for you. It goes past your elbow. It's like mid bicep. The fingers are too long. It feels exquisite. But as you're like trying to, shovel it up your arm, you hear someone say, "Hey!" And it's certainly not your minor illusion calling out. And you see, so you're able to continue doing what you want with your illusion, but someone has certainly noticed you putting on the glove.
Okay, do I see who that person is?
It's. I mean, you turn to the sound and you see about 15 feet away, with a curious look on their face, moving toward you, Quinn, is an Effigian that you've not encountered up to this point.
So this is somebody who recognizes the glove, not so much the activity?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to abort and I'll withdraw my hand and go ahead and let the glass reconstitute.
Okay.
And then I'll turn my attention to the Effigian and actually wave with the hand that's got the glove on.
And you see this man that's like sculpted in the form of like a humble farmer. Comes up to you and says, "Where did you get that?"
We're investigating Isaac's missing, the fact that he's gone missing, and we've been able to find the glove so far. What do you know of it?
Hey, somebody get the captain. Get Callan. We've this guy found Isaac.
No, we didn't find Isaac. We only found the glove.
And suddenly people start crowding around this space and are clamoring at you, Quinn, trying to figure out, extract information from you. We'll come back to you. Back at the bathhouse. You have reached your hour time. You hear a ringing of a bell, and you hear the veteran's voice. if you would like to continue, that is perfectly fine. It is just going to be 3 more gold pieces if you choose to.
This was incredibly relaxing.
I know,
yeah.
right?
I feel
I think we're good.
so
To,
clean.
good to go ahead and go.
Can you just like a quick question? Music, would you like it, or would it be too much?
Oh, a little bit of like low background music would make this even
Very
better.
so.
It's very
See,
soothing
Jasper, I
and
told you,
soft.
people like music.
Instrumental.
Gonna
Instrumental.
throw it.
Yes, of course.
It would plunk it in your direction.
So now it's just a matter of, do we hire a bard, which is expensive, or do we go talk to one of those vendors, see if they've got someone, these new gadgets? But okay, music is good, instrumental, something soothing, excellent. Okay, thank you. You're welcome here anytime.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna take my little buddy too. I will definitely be back. It's a really good facility you guys have got here. Thanks again.
Did you you used a locker, yes? Okay. And here's and goes over and unlocks the one where you put your stuff.
Oh, I was already just going to get out and get up and get to my stuff. Like as soon as we were like, okay, we're leaving.
Wherever
Yeah,
Jasper stored my stuff and like locked
Trying
it.
to.
You were
That's
given
my
a key
locker.
to unlock your locker. So she just
Yeah,
like
needed.
clicks it and says, "There you go."
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna dump all
You
my
recover
armor.
your items,
My
and
pans, my
Tuck the
knives, my
parchment
ladle.
into my robes.
Wonderful.
as you are exiting Mistvale, you see that Catriona, Jack, and a couple of others are moving with some like speed from the east end toward the plaza.
Oh, now what's the hurry?
What? Oh, Catriona, are you, I know someone's saying that they found Isaac, so we're just going to go check it out.
That would be surprising indeed.
And
You
you
mind
see
if we
him.
follow you?
Oh, yep, come on. And as you make your way to the square, you see that there is now a crowd of about 36 that have formed around Quin and are poking and prodding. They're trying to like pull the glove off of you as they're like gawking at you. You keep hearing the name Tennille and Callian shouted, but neither of them are here. I mean, Tennille is very much dead. Quin, what are you doing?
Can I side to Catriona and Harlowe and be like, yep, that's, you remember you asked? That's about that's the type of situation right
Are
there.
you-
Yeah.
Are you sure about your answer from
No,
earlier?
I'm positive about my answer from earlier,
That-
Harlow, 100%. It's this kind of shenanigans, though, that would make everybody think that exactly what you think.
This doesn't look good.
No, you're right. This dumb,
I know that.
stupid. Where's Moss? Do any of you see Moss? If we can find Moss,
And we
can probably
have to
out of
get
this.
him, right? We can't. We
You
have to.
know,
Okay.
It's
How
best.
attached are you to him? Let's be real here.
I like Moss a little better, but I mean, he
Could
comes
you
in
do the
handy.
cat without the tree?
The cat climbs the tree way too much, though. This
Do
one's
we
kinda, like,
need?
live
We need to go
together.
get him. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, we gotta pull
All right.
him out.
Um,
We need our story
Catriona's
straight.
just gonna start wading through the crowd to get.
I mean, that
to
works
where,
too. Just giant statue woman.
Quinn is.
Giant woman. Perfect. Love this. Just keep going. Just gonna watch.
She just
Giant
starts.
woman.
In the
maneuvering
meantime,
her
I'm
way.
repeatedly telling people we have not found Isaac. I'm working with the captain. We are trying to find him. All we have found is his glove.
Where's the captain?
The captain is off looking for Isaac as well.
Where did you find the glove?
The captain actually gave it to us.
Captain, did something happen to Isaac?
We don't know yet. We haven't found Isaac.
I guess the captain did, in a way, give you the glove, so it's not quite a lie. So you see people are continue to badger you with questions. You're playing it cool. telling only half lies, carefully worded, and eventually you see a bearfolk Namasi comes striding forward. You recognize Quinn as one of the individuals that had left, heading north toward the what you presumed must be like the changing of the guards. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I? Crispin. I keep this town safe. You're just some guy. Why would the captain give you?
Well, because
This
quite
is
frankly,
why would
somebody
he give it
from
to you?
somebody from this town stole the Brightstar, and he's quite frankly not trusting any of you.
But why not give it back to June then? Because like the blacksmiths have the glove because the blacksmith.
Look,
Okay.
why don't you go find the captain and he can explain it all to you?
You said he's. Where is it? Where did you say he was?
He's off looking for Izek.
He could be anywhere then. To Cragspire! And starts running off to the north. Quinn, you see that like people start to kind of get back to their activity, but everybody is very much eyeing you with a little bit of concern and suspicion. You have very much made your face a known face in Midhaven.
So I'm going to slide the glove off, by the way, and put it back in a pack.
Okay.
Hi, guys. How was your bath?
Are you quite done?
I
Very
think so.
relaxing.
I mean, every time, man. Every time you
So-
go off and we find you, I find you, and you did just why? You know,
Should
is
we
it
maybe,
compulsionary?
Maybe we
Get
should
out of
stay
this
together.
Nosh, it's all in good
Space.
fun, Nosh.
No, you say that. You always say that, you sarcastic little twig.
Ooh, Nosh, you smell good.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with this pan. You better back the hell up right now. It's gonna
I'm
Nosh,
just like
you smell good
cat-
enough to eat. Not at all sickly, very sweet.
I'm just like herding cats, like sort of trying to shuffle them out of this
Like,
main square.
Katrina's got a
Okay,
hand
yeah.
on Nosh's back and is like slowly pushing Nosh in the direction,
Great,
and
yes,
Nosh is trying
fantastic.
to
We
like
all smell great. This way.
scold Quinn.
Just trying to get them like out of where Quinn was just surrounded.
Moss, just because you're good at compliments doesn't mean you get away with saying that. You're not getting more next dinner. It's Quinn
I-
shoved by Katrina out of the way.
Nosh, I can say whatever I'd like, and if you don't like it, you can take a hike.
I would highly
Rhyming.
like to watch the fox take on the tree. I think that would be very enjoyable.
Is
I
that
have fire to
would that be
burn your butt.
helpful?
There's no way I'm fighting my
I
gravy
think it
train.
would be helpful for Nosh.
That's fair.
Psst,
I won't stop it.
Catriona. Oh,
Hey,
your-
everybody
I
hear
just
something?
wanted to show you something real quick over here.
Your boyfriend
Jack
wants to show
calls
you
you over.
something.
Oh, when did they get in a relationship, Harlow? This is new.
No,
I thought they were just friends.
look what you started.
It's
Catriona.
really interesting, this thing over here. You got to come see it.
Can we come?
I'm going to start
Oh,
walking.
it's
towards-
effigy and things. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always about effigy and things. Never
Going
gonna
to start
think,
walking
never
towards,
wanna
but I
share
want to
with
keep an
Nosh.
eye for any like sense that like this is some sort of trap.
And as you look in his direction, what would sound just like the faintest like grinding of stone to anybody else, if they were even like cognizant enough to listen for it, you hear in your head, "Who's that fella you're with now? Can we trust him?"
I'll answer back. Well, I'm not sure if you're talking about Quinn or Nosh, but I think yes.
The one what has Isaac's glove?
Oh, he's fine. He's just like that.
Something stinks.
No. We washed Nosh.
Just be careful, like. Keep an eye on him.
I'm sorry. Who is talking right now?
This is Jack.
Okay. Gotcha. I think you need to be a bit careful as well.
What for?
There's a lot more going on in this town than you realize, I think.
Understood. Never mind. I'll show you some other time. And saunters off.
Thank you for wasting my time once again, Jack. All right. She pretends to be annoyed
That
and turns
bad?
back around. Sorry, what, Harlowe?
Nothing.
No, come on, dear. Speak up.
I don't think that was me. I think that was someone else. Maybe what was
Harlowe,
coming
say
out
what?
Too much. Woe's coming out too much. Hold on, let me put it back in her box.
Whoa, say what?
Oh, gosh.
It's more like Harlowe, say what? But you know, say
All right, so we're going north, right?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
gonna stop until June.
Oh,
That he
by
wasn't
the
there.
way, can any of you read? And Catriona takes the parchment out.
Oh,
I
Lord.
read quite well.
I know how
hand
to
it
read.
I'll hand it to Harlowe.
And Nosh just kind of holds up her finger and says, wait a second. The stone doesn't know how to read. I mean, is that like a common thing? Or I thought you guys were really super, super smart.
There are many forms of intelligence, little Nosh.
Nosh is not intelligent. Nosh is wise. Just FYI. He doesn't have that high of an intelligence. Hold on, wait. Did I do that right? I think that's right.
So, Harlowe...
Yeah, wait, no,
what-
Nosh is intelligent. He's not wise. Because everybody else is supposed to be wise. Nosh is slightly intelligent. Just slightly. Not very much.
So what does it say? It was in
And
that locker back at the bathhouse.
Harlowe, this is what you would see written. For the benefit of the stream, it says, stumbled upon this beautiful pool today that so reminded me of your eyes. Must be fed by a hot spring. Left me feeling all sorts of inspired. Looks great, right? Meet there under the moonlight. Sorry, that was a question. Meet there under the moonlight. XOXOJ.
Oh my.
Now, Quinn, as you see this parchment bandied about, you would very quickly notice that this looks, at least from the back, to be the same parchment as the note that you found into Neil's case.
This is
If you got to look at the handwriting doesn't look the same, but the parchment looks the same.
this must be
Jubilee?
yes.
Sounds like Jubilee set up the captain.
I think maybe we should go pay a little visit to her caravan.
Wait a second.
Did he run away with her?
June. Nick, you can't make this mean.
Maybe it's just a J.
too early
Maybe
to be
it's
mean.
from
Can I
June.
take a look at that, by the way? Could you mind?
Sure.
Can I take a look at that parchment, please? Why is sorts? Is the way you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Is that exactly how it's written?
Yep.
Why is SORTS all capitalized in this letter? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Is it more important than the other words?
That's the thing. Is it? I'm curious. Can I?
Is it an innuendo or is
That's
it?
what I took it as.
Is it something? It's a euphemistic capitalization?
I wasn't
Oh,
thinking it
Schwartz
was
inspired.
euphemistic. I wasn't thinking it that way.
Well, our brains work different, Ruby. So
No, I'm thinking
Oh,
it as
shit.
not.
I have a
Not
Smash
thinking
brain.
it as a sexual
Yep.
name. Yeah,
So
you all three.
Dirty mind.
Nosh,
Dirty
you
mind.
are welcome to interpret that as you will. I can tell you, as the person who wrote it, there was just emphasis and innuendo.
I mean, if it was emphasis,
Smash
it's
brain.
like easy to read that way. But with the fact that the stone is missing and the glove was stolen, it's also like, okay, did they?
Yeah,
inadvertently
that's just
put
the
a
only
code
way
in?
that I could, I couldn't italicize or underline, so that's my best way of adding emphasis.
Okay, cool. Well, as long as you clarify that, then
So-
I'm gonna take back what I said. That's fine.
Isaac is having an affair?
With someone named Jay.
And this was the night he disappeared. The night after he disappeared. Is when he was at the bathhouse.
Yep. So go tell his wife he wasn't at the bathhouse and detour and go find.
Hold on. When did we say she was his wife? I thought she was just like
June.
his
No,
cousin.
June
or
is
something.
his wife. Jubilee is most likely the one riding the snow.
Or is it June?
It could be. They're both J's.
Yeah, that's now you got me confused.
When
I'm
we
lost.
were talking with June, did it seem like she was lying?
Not really. I mean,
Not
she
to me.
seemed
No.
Very blunt. At the same time, I mean, hold on. Are they
She
together?
does seem like a bit relaxed about the idea of her partner being gone for 5 days with no
She
word.
seemed a little scatterbrained too. I mean, the fact that she could barely remember that he'd been to the bathhouse. Maybe she found out that it was
Why?
Jubilee and decided to take both of them out. Maybe we should go look and make sure Jubilee is even alive. Or
Yeah,
even
but
still around.
I will say that a Zeloid Teora pairing is very rare.
Jubilee's a Teora, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So is Izek, right?
Okay, look, we told her we would go to the bathhouse and check if he's there and let her know. We didn't give her like a timeline of when we would let her know, so we could go check on Jubilee first and talk to her and then go back to June.
I like that plan.
Okay.
Does it get me out of this crowd? Because everybody's still looking at me.
I shuffled you guys away from the area,
gonna
remember?
say. We've
All
been
I
having
learned-
an argument about your stupidity for a minute, so I think we moved away from that.
All I learned tonight is that Nick wrote a soap opera for.
A level
I know what
2.
you like to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to For the Win, the soap opera. We are so glad you're here. We are delighted to share in the drama and intrigue.
See Jubilee.
And everybody has dirty minds, except for Nosh,
Let's
Everybody,
go
including the
find
dungeon
out.
master.
As
We'll start
we're,
moving towards Jubilee's caravan.
as we're walking over, I'll ask Quinn: is it common for Teora to be deceitful?
We don't really think of it as deceitful so much as it's just a long joke.
So you're saying he was
We're-
playing
we're
a
very
joke on his
funny.
wife?
Oh, well,
What
That
were
might
you
be a little
talking
bit-
about?
I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh. I
Why-
was referring
why
to our current
exactly-
situation.
Why
So-
exactly were they all around you in a circle back there?
Oh, that was just
Let me
another
guess. Let me
joke.
guess. Let me guess. You were talking to the person that was selling the items, Quinn, right? And you decided, you know what? I'm going to purchase one thing, but you know what? That's not enough. That's not enough. I'm going to try to get something else. And the glove that you said was special, the glove. Yeah, you pulled that thing out.
No,
in the
she had
middle
so
of
many.
the
It's so
square,
many little
the
rocks. What does
middle
it matter?
of the square.
It does feel a bit obvious. Just saying.
It was
I
just a
mean-
little prank.
No,
It was
no, no, no,
fine.
no.
It was
The
fine.
prank is the barrel. The prank is the barrel and the snatching of purses. That's the
Is-
prank. That I'll go along with. This.
Catriona hears
This.
that and like pats herself down to make sure her purse is still there.
This, Quinn. This was just you. Just you. You took your shot and it just left
It's
you.
all right. It's fine. It's all good.
Is this his first
the
time
2
away from
dozen
home?
people-
Oh God, is it?
Well, it's my first time out of Western Concord, but I've traveled all over Western Concord.
Oh.
Yes. The answer, Harlowe, is yes. Yes. Yes.
I think it might be important to let you know that people here aren't really adept at the same sense of humor, I think. They're not really going to like your jokes, I don't think, if this is what they all are.
My jokes are very funny. Where I'm
I-
from, I really crack people up.
I will say, if you play a
Well-
joke on me, I will gut you.
Well,
She-
you
she's
find
not-
it very
I wish
funny
she
if
was
I do.
joking.
That route. I mean, you just.
It is
go that
true
route.
that when it comes to jape and jest, oh dear Quinn is one of the best.
Thank you, boss.
That's not wrong. I mean, when he does it,
It
Poetry.
didn't look like
appropriately,
he was the
like,
best back
within
there.
society's boundaries.
I think we have different definitions of jest.
So, back to what we were talking about. Just
Try
something
and
you
change
should
the
know
subject.
about
Infidelity is common.
Teora
amongst-
relationships. We don't mate for life, so we come in and out of each other's seasonal.
Wait, hold on, Quinn.
Seasonally,
is that why
some
a
people
couple of years
there,
ago? Hold
some
on.
people
Quinn,
go
I
away.
was
I gotta
fine
know.
till Matilda
We're in and out
laughed.
of seasons with each
I
other.
gotta know, Quinn. Was
I
that
broke,
the
I'm
reason
sorry.
why they both slapped you when we came
Come in
through
and
the
out of each
town?
other.
You remember we came through the lower Western Concord town and they both slapped you? Is that what you're talking about? Because I gotta say, when they both slapped you, it was pretty beautiful. And I felt
Is that
like that's
how
the moment you're referring
Teora's-
to.
We don't really think in terms of having a husband and a wife,
But
so
then why
it would
would
be
he
very
form a
natural
relationship
for
with-
him to move on to someone else. That's not frowned upon in any way.
What do you usually tell the person when you're moving on from them?
Honestly, we don't need to. It's just an assumption.
Yeah, that's why you got slapped twice. That totally makes so
Seems-
much sense now.
Inefficient.
By this point, you would have made your way to Wagon Town, since it's not far away, and you have this description of Jubilee. It doesn't take long to find her space. As someone who was described as being like a permanent resident in Wagon Town, you see that very evidently in her space. It is her wagon is like fully open, the doors on the side. There's no wheels on it, and she has like a tent awning that extends from it, and much of what look like her worldly possessions just out on the earth itself. You see that there is a small fire going, and there is a pot of something cooking. She is currently conversing with a familiar face. Sitting across from her is a small, pale-skinned girl with a notepad next to her, Frigidette Perkins. And the two aren't really talking to each other, but you see that this woman that must be Jubilee has Frigidette's hands in her own and has her eyes closed and is kind of rocking back and you must beware, a man with green eyes and one leg shorter than the other. That's bad news for you, Frigidette. It's bad news, and you can guarantee that. And that's all I have to say. Sometimes it just comes over me, you know. But you didn't answer any of my questions. You're saying you didn't see anybody around Orwin's caravan? I told you everything that I know. No, I didn't see anything. I was busy, like the rest of us, at the plaza, lighting my own lantern. And I will say, mine was still in the sky when this horrible nonsense happened. Anything else? And Frigidette flips her notebook closed and says, that'll be all. But I'm watching you. And slinks off. And as she moves past, she catches sight of you all, nods and says, Stinky?
Oh, you're talking to me. I'm sorry. We have a new Stinky.
That's your name.
No, we have a new
I
Stinky.
smell like lavenders and sage.
I
You
scrubbed
can-
those pits.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Harlowe took a much more active role than I did in the
The
cleaning.
brush.
You
is
smell like
first.
my mom. And
I will take that as
she
a freaking compliment.
scampers off.
See
You're
you,
still
Fridge.
Stinky
Bye,
Quinn.
Fridge. Okay.
You are still Stinky Quinn. It's always you. Always.
All right.
Hello, new friends.
Hello.
And Quinn, you see that she greets you with the customary gesture that you described last time.
Very good. I do the same and wish her well. Introduce myself as Quinn.
Aren't you just the cutest? I remember my first season. It was so long ago, but I'm still young at heart, right? Right? Yes.
Certainly.
Name's Jubilee. Doubtless you've heard of me. Are you here for some chili, or are you here for the good news of your future? Are you just here to...
Chili. You said chili.
Chili, okay. She
No.
moves
I'm
over to...
asking. You make chili.
Yeah, it's the best in Midhaven. Just ask anybody.
Uh-huh. I would love to try a little bit of that. How much is a bowl?
Toss a couple silvers my way, and it's yours.
How much is a cup?
And if you give me a good review, you tell your friends, well then, I'll just give it to you on the house.
I'm always down for a good review, but I might judge. I will judge. It's a guarantee that I will judge you on your cooking antique. It's
Do
gonna
you
happen.
share your
Fair's fair.
chili with anyone who asks?
Do I share my chili? I mean, if someone needs a cup, then sure.
Moss
Are
is going to
you trying to ask for chili? I would be careful with this one, Nosh. You might decide that... what rhymes with Nosh? Nothing.
Yeah,
Slosh?
nothing rhymes with my
Gosh.
name. There's a
Slosh.
reason my name is the way it is.
Posh,
Hey,
yeah.
Stop insulting
All right,
my
I'll
name.
be
My
prepared.
mother named me. If you keep it up, I will smack you with a ban. Tornado.
So Moss can detect poisons.
Yeah.
So Moss is going to take a sniff.
And she would relay to you, Quinn, that it's not poison.
Is it just spicy? Does it smell spicy?
And she would communicate openly because she's not doesn't need to hide anything here. If I'm giving my honest opinion, it seems a bit bland, and maybe Nosh, you can lend a hand.
Always. And I think I have one or two
Who
peppers
is
left.
this? And she, Jubilee, strides over toward Moss. Aren't you just the most precious thing? Let me see. Can I? And she starts like reaching out for Moss's paws, but Moss
Can
is
Nosh
float away.
slide right in between them and say, hold on. We're talking about chili, not about whatever you're trying to do. If she says it's bland, then this is a food critic you want to listen to.
Here's the deal. Chili, try it. If you think you can do better, by all means. But if you're going to eat my chili, then you must let me do a reading.
Go on, Quinn. Eat her chili.
You too. You look
Me?
hungry. Put some meat on your bones.
Nosh has a much more discerning palate than I do.
I will let you have a reading, and then I will critique and improve your chili, because I can already tell that it's not going to be as good as it should be. But sure. And Nosh holds out a paw and says, go ahead. What you got?
Well, sit. Get comfortable. Come on.
And Nosh like slowly slides over and plops himself down on the chair. Yeah, okay. Just go ahead. What you got?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm seeing something. She turns your paw over and she's like, oh, look at this. You see this? This line, very concerning. This tells me you really ought to be careful when it comes to water. It could be the very thing that ends you. I would also advise you that if you're planning on making any financial investments in the near future, it's a good time. It's a good time for you. It is very promising. You're going to have quite the windfall. Yes. Seem to be troubled in love? That sounds right, doesn't it?
Always.
Well, it might be time to let go of what you're holding in your heart so that you have room for new love.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all the spirits are sending my way.
Okay. I'm gonna have some of that chili, and I will be right back with.
Would you mind? Would you mind actually writing down a little bit of what you just told Nosh for me? And I hand over a sheet of parchment and a quill.
Oh, you could probably scribe it better than I.
If you wouldn't mind, it would actually be really helpful because I'm afraid I would mistranslate what you said.
No, Jubilee does not write any of her fortunes down. They're ephemeral. They're fleeting. It's part of the experience.
Is it because you don't know how to write? Nosh just throws at her, just like in her face.
I definitely know how to write. I own many books, and
owning
of
books
course
and being able to read them
write.
and then actually being able to write are very different things. So can you write or like can you not? Because I'm like getting the sense that you cannot.
So
I need this written out so I can remember. The
I'm
water.
sure I could
What
write.
did you say about
I've just
the water?
never really felt the need to try it.
I would love if you would just write down that thing about water, because I just took a bath and there was a lot of water there, and if that's going to be something that I need to be wary of, could you write down what you said?
I don't have a pen. It's the darndest thing.
And Nosh snaps and Quinn like suddenly throws a pen over. I got one right here. Right here. Ready for you. Piece of parchment. Let's go.
Okay. And you can see her put the pen to the parchment. Okay, fine. You're going to make me say it. Yes. No, I don't know how to write.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not for everybody.
That's okay. You know, you don't have to be able to. It's all right if you don't.
Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the way, there's this lovely lady in the main square named Zora. You should really connect with her because your chili is the blandest soup meat I've ever had.
Well,
damn.
Could you do me a favor? Actually, I have a recipe, but I don't know what it says.
Are you letting me cook? Because if you're letting me cook and taking over to make this, I can guarantee it will be the best thing possible.
Deal.
And Nosh like snatches whatever she gives him that has the recipe and like cackles as he walks over to wherever the stove is and the fire to start cooking on whatever was given.
So what about the rest of you? You wanted fortunes, right? You saw it firsthand. You know how good it is, yes?
Yeah, all right.
And
Red.
She reaches out, touches your hands. Oof! Oh, so calloused, so strong. So, I'm seeing blue. Blue is a significant color for you, isn't it? And you have a new friend. I'm G. No, it gets hazy sometimes. This is troubling. You should really avoid moonlight. It doesn't agree with you. And
That's a bit mean.
that person that has been on your mind, keep them there.
That was very vague. Thank you.
No, I mean the spirits. I don't choose what they tell me. I'm merely a conduit. He gets it. She reaches out and puts her hand on your shoulder, Quinn. And as she does, she begins to shudder. And you hear in a voice unlike hers, she calls out, "Betwixt the thrum of root and stone lie the seeds of discord, freshly sown. Time raises, topples each and all. The last to rise was the first to fall." Oh, I'm sorry. I think I dozed off.
And was that audible to everyone or just me?
And Catriona, I mean, you're right there too. I mean, she still had your hand in
She spoke
in
it
hers.
aloud.
Yeah, she spoke it aloud.
Okay.
Could you throw that in chat?
Sure could.
That's what I was gonna ask too.
All right, that was equally vague, but disconcerting.
Yeah, like I said, moonlight, terrible for you. Really should avoid it.
That's new. All right, thank you.
So I kind of look over at Catriona like, what was that about?
That was just like waiting until Jubilee's not looking at her and like looking at Quinn and like, I don't know, that was really weird. Like mouthing behind her back.
I'm going to quickly, since I have parchment and quill out, I'm going to quickly scribe down what I recall her saying. Then I'll recite it back to Catriona for accuracy to make sure we really have a good accounting of what she said.
Yeah, that sounds like, yeah, that's what I heard as well.
That's the one thing she said that we might actually want to pay attention to.
It's not exactly comforting.
And you, she points to you, Harlowe, your aura is just simply beguiling. Whatever it is you're doing, keep it.
I don't know why, but I really don't like her.
No, I don't.
Well, let's kill her. That's it. Roll for initiative.
I'm sorry, we are not motor hobos. I'm
So-
currently cooking amazing chili. If you kill her, I am going to have a conniption. Don't do it.
You've been around Midhaven, Wagon Town, like a lot, right? A long time, right?
Oh, I'm as Midhaven as they come.
What do you think about all this hubbub with the bright spark and people going missing and all this nonsense everyone's talking?
See, I don't know about all of that. It's a pretty gem, but never really did anything for me. I mean, I guess people enjoy it, so there is something there. But what do you mean people go? Are you talking about Isaac?
Yeah, he's not been seen for.
If
Almost a
I
week
had
now.
to guess, that man works too hard. His apprentice is, well, he has told me before, she's not the best.
His
Creates more work than
apprentice?
his... Yes, he has an apprentice, June.
Oh, interesting that he like confides in you about her. That's
Well, we
something.
Wait, she's not his wife. She's his apprentice, right? Because you guys were calling
His
her his
wife?
wife earlier.
God's
You
no.
remember that, right? You guys were saying it that she was his wife.
Isaac
That's not
is
his wife.
a wild spirit, a
Okay.
wandering man
Okay.
in his heart. I'm sure he maybe he decided he needed to go
I'm
back
sure
to the
you
homeland.
both hooked up and had a bunch of fun too. That's beside the point.
Nosh, aren't you in a kitchen somewhere?
I am yelling outside the kitchen. Just
It's not even like a kitchen. You're just at a pot over a fire, 10 feet away.
Yes, 10 feet away. Just saying, you guys said wife. She's saying apprentice. Somebody clarify before I shove a pepper down your throat. And yes, you may be made of stone, but a pepper is still going to affect you.
So again, Teora really don't have wives. We
Of course
have
not.
relationships that come and go. So for a time, she may have been his close companion, but that's fleeting, like the passing of a season.
Okay, this is Ruby now asking. Did somebody say something about the fact that they were married or they were wife or they were companion? 'Cause I
No,
feel
you
like I
all
missed
just made that assumption.
Okay, thank you. That is
Yes,
an assumption.
but in
That is not a
character,
fact.
that didn't need to be in front of the person we're trying to get information from in character yelling at us.
I know, but literally Nosh has been so confused ever since you said that. Sorry. Yeah, I've been so confused ever since you guys said that in the bath. I'm not gonna lie, as Nosh and as Ruby. So that's why I've asked that in front of her, because y'all have confused the crap out of me. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to this chili. Y'all have fun.
I'm gonna see what I can kind of spot inside her caravan or her wagon.
Oh no.
Yeah, Quinn, it very much looks like what you would expect from a middle-aged woman who is basically living out of her car. It's a life worth of doodads and trinkets and mementos. You're not seeing anything that is, one, you're not seeing the bright spark, but two, you're not seeing anything that's like, wow, this woman is clearly like has a bunch of magic items or anything like that. It's all very humble, mundane.
Yeah, I'm really looking more for things that would actually be Teora related, things that she might have brought from Western Concord if she was a transplant here, or some way of making a connection with her that's kind of at the species level.
Gotcha. So you notice that within the caravan itself, as you're kind of like just snooping a little bit here, she has a small woven tapestry that is like common decor among those that were born outside of the Western Concord. It's kind of like maybe like Jews from the diaspora or something like that. This like memento of the homeland, but not having been from there herself. So she is from elsewhere.
So I would draw her attention to that. I caught my eye. I see you're not actually from Western Concord. Where did you actually grow up?
Oh, it's a wonderful story. I took roots, if you can believe it, in Karaharoa. It was the wildest thing. A place unlike any other. If you've never been, you really should. I know what you're thinking. It's dry, it's hot, not a great place for people like us, but you'd be surprised. There's some lovely little oases, and I never quite made it to Credence, but it's on my list before I leave this realm for the next. After I reached the middle of my first season, I got that wanderlust that I couldn't quite shake, and I first went south. I tried to get to South Reach, but I could not convince a wary to take me because I didn't have any money. So when that failed, I kind of spent the next grand chunk of my life wandering about First Fall. There's a lot for us here. I did make it up to Evermarsh. It was just too wet. Not really for me, and must have been 30, 40 years ago that I made my way here to Midhaven, and I just asked myself, what are you running from, Jubilee? Where are you going? Isn't it time to start planting roots? And I've been here ever since.
That's an amazing story. I've never been to Korararoa.
It is, I mean, you've got to go.
I think at some point my journeys may take me there, but for now, what we're really focused on is seeing if we can help this town to recover what's been stolen.
Is there anything else I can do to assist in that?
I think if you can feed our friend here, Nosh, with some ingredients and chili.
Well, it looks like he's about done. May I? Or do you?
Well, I need to get Ra and Moss's stamp of approval, but as soon as they give their go-ahead, you are welcome to sample. The recipe you gave me was quite instructional. So, Moss, Ra, what you think?
Moss takes just a little lick. The improvements is profound. This is a chili very sound. And Ra takes a big mouthful. And I didn't need that, but I liked it.
Buddy, you still full, weren't you? I'm glad you liked it though.
I kind of hurt now.
Okay, well, if you need to go flame up a little bit over the fire, I'll move the kettle off the.
No, it's fine. Kettle. It's okay.
Don't throw up.
I'll be okay. I've never and I won't ever.
You almost did that one time.
I didn't. You can't prove that.
You're right. I can't prove it, but that's remembered.
So don't say that then. That's
okay.
hurtful.
Wait, no. Here's a bowl. Jubilee. I hope you enjoy the improvements I made.
She takes a bite. You see her eyes kind of grow wide. Oh, it's very, very nice. I don't see much difference between mine and this, but it's quite nice, quite nice. Okay, it's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you for the fortune. I'll be mindful of water. We're going to do our best to find Isaac. It's quite a mystery on where he's vanished to. So, do you happen to have... Oh, sorry, Catriona, go ahead.
When did you see him last?
Isaac? Oh. It's 6 days? 5 days? 6 days. 7. It's been a bit.
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Harlowe, reading people is tough. When they're a tree, it's even tougher.
Well, did you see him often, or is it normal for it to be, 6-7 days in between visits?
Oh, often longer than that. I mean, he comes by every so often, but mostly just to catch up, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe feels a bit lonely here. I get that feeling too. It's nice to be around people like yourself, and there's not a lot of us here that are permanent residents. Carl can't hold a conversation. Bless him. So, yeah, I mean, our relationship has been many things over the years, but it is one of companionship. I think of him as a friend.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to improve your chili. I do truly appreciate it. And like I said, we're searching down any connection to Isaac and any information you might have or anything you should gain. If you could let us know, we would really appreciate it. We are just trying to do our best to see if we can find out what's happened to him, because it's been quite frustrating that he's gone missing these last 5 days or so.
Well, I did hear someone in the square or the plaza had was shouting about finding him, but
So
That
what
didn't
had happened
hold up to
in that
scrutiny.
regard was there was a find by the captain in regards to the glove that his family has kept watch over, I guess. Is that a good word for it, Quinn?
I call it his
Basically-
sleeve. I think it looks ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit much, isn't it? But so that sleeve was found, and the captain lent it to us to hold on to it until we could find it. But he hadn't found any other additional, items from Isaac or any other leads.
That
And
is
so we came
troubling.
back to town. Yeah, I know. It's really weird
That
and
man-
odd.
Never takes off his sock, his sleeve, whatever you want to call it, the glove.
Truly?
I
He
don't think he's ever
always
washed
wears
it.
it. Wow. That's crazy. Because like when the captain gave it to us, he didn't have any other details other than he found it, and where he found it there was no other signs, and so we came back to town and then everybody saw it, and so they all got excited because they're like, "Oh, we found it." And then we had to relay on, we haven't found him. We found the glove. It's just the sleeve. So, yeah.
Well, now I have reason to worry.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry more. That was not my intention. But we are doing our best to help the captain and assist in finding him. And we'll let you know. Hopefully we'll have more news of the whole situation soon. So thank you. Thank you again for your fortune, your chili, and your assistance and any information you've shared. Thank you.
Fair travels. Come by anytime you want to know what the future holds for you, or if you want to make some chili.
Oh, really? Like an open invitation? Because I will come every chance I can to make more chili. I love cooking. It is my passion. Thank you.
I mean, if you want it, the job is yours. It's really a drag. I'd rather just tend to my spirits.
I'll see
And
how
my
I can
spirits.
incorporate that. And your spirits what?
Said and my spirits. I was making a joke because I like to drink.
What's your favorite liquor?
Brandy. But I wouldn't say no to a nice sherry or port.
Some desserts I can make with sherry and port are impressive. But that's in time for another. That's another discussion for another time. Another time.
Yeah, I think we should move on. Let's head to the fort. All good?
Catriona
Satisfied.
just follows the group out.
Okay. So I know this isn't a cliffhanger moment, but considering the time, I think this is a good place for us to end for tonight, and we'll pick up next time. Hopefully, get to the bottom of what's going on here.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks
for watching.
watching stream.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
stream.
Thanks for watching,
See you
stream.
next
Have a good
week.
one. Bye.